Hey, we are live, and I'm gonna tweak some settings real quickly before people start showing up. Just hey, I don't know who's that. Sammy Strammy, how's it going? How are you doing? I am just channeling answers to questions and doing kind of like oracle card readings. Kylie, how's it going? You are very on time. How are you doing today? Oh, you're still a moderator? You are automatically a moderator. Is that okay? If you're labeled moderator, do you want me to take you off moderator until you are... I don't know. I don't mind leaving you moderator if you don't mind being moderator. But I can also take you off moderator if you want, but that is up to you. I'm trying to make it so... Oh, I don't want to turn off Q&A. I thought I saw a setting where if I... Ooh, admin settings. Awesome. Yeah, I'm curious if it'll get wild again today. We have a lot of new friends on TikTok. Ooh, I'm feeling that ramp up. Me too. I didn't sleep well at all yesterday, so I'm I'm hanging in there. I've got my coffee. How are you? How's stuff? Hey, everybody else, how are you doing? I am just doing channeled answers and oracle card pulls for everybody. So if you have any questions, feel free to jump in and ask. Otherwise, we'll just wait till someone wants to ask something. That's what will happen. Okay. Katie Zaccardi, how's it going? Yeah, we're just flipping through. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing? Getting into channel mode, I guess. Whew. Good to see you here. Yeah, if it goes anything like the last live, you'll be glad you were early. For Kylie, anything she needs to know? I'm still getting stay the course for you. Okay, card time. Cherubim, look to the stars, accept keys and codes of stellar wisdom. So, okay, I don't know if I've given this message or if this has come through for you, but you're upgrading really rapidly right now, like intuitively and like claircognizant wise, and like there's kind of like a new trajectory or like hidden path opening up. It's subtle though. I think it's almost like a way of being, if that makes sense. For you, that's just gonna lead you into a deeper knowing of life and deeper into the mysteries of the universe is what I'm hearing. And that what they're saying now is like, because you mentioned your body pendulum when we were chatting a bit after the last live, and they're saying that body pendulum work is going to pay off big time. So I'd keep at it for sure. But I also hear you're ramping up your potency, and that could be for like manifestation. That could be for, I don't know if you're like setting intentions or doing any sort of like prayer or like energy work, but you're ramping up your potency for like a new direction is what I'm hearing. It's very interesting, but I think if you haven't been pulling cards for yourself, I would consider either investing in a card deck or starting to do that, if that makes sense. So hopefully that resonates and makes sense for you, but that's an interesting message. All right, chat is already going. Hi, everybody. How are you doing? So Kylie, I hope that resonates. I'd stay the course on your love life is what I'm hearing right now. If you wanted to know about love. I hope that helps. Guys, if the chat goes too crazy, we will have to switch to the Q&A. I know, so last time it got up to like where we had like 100 people and the chat was just like, I couldn't even keep up. So we were using the Q&A. So I will be checking both here. Okay. But for now, let's do chat until it gets wild. Good morning, K-Dials. Free Life Lit. Hey, how's it going? How are you doing? Jessica Lynn Christ for, hey, good to hear from you. I will get to you in just a moment. I want to hit Katie Zaccardi. But I want to bring something through for you. Katie Zaccardi, so what I'm hearing is focus on yourself right now. I do feel like realignment work is pretty key, especially if you're saying you're out of alignment. So this must be a collective thing this month, but I think you're upgrading a bit too, and that can have you a bit out of sorts. So I would do what you can to ground. And what they're saying is like both feet on the ground, because it's like it's almost like you have 1 foot in, 1 foot out is what I'm seeing. And this could be multifaceted, but I want to see, because it's like you're upgrading so quickly. It's like it's hard to ground is what I'm hearing. I want to see this 1 foot in, 1 foot out thing a little bit more. What's up with that? I don't know. Do you feel like you're considering new options in life? Do you feel like there's like other things like that's kind of like pulling your attention away from like your focus, like your business or your mission right now? Because let's see. I would try to ground and stay focused if you felt distracted. Other than that, as far as your business, I would stay the course and keep pushing. I don't know if you felt, have things been slow? Not necessarily, not slower. Yeah, stay the course and keep pushing business-wise. As far as alignments, grounding is key. And just take like, even if it's just 5 minutes each day to like catch your breath. I don't know what your day-to-day or daily routine is like, but if you can take 5 minutes out here and there each day, even if it's multiple times a day, that'll help you to reset a bit. They kind of want to go channel mode. Yeah, the more you focus on your business, the better. Is why. Good morning. Full channel mode. Here we go. Good morning, Katie. We hope you are well. As far as alignment, we would say to pray for alignment and balance within yourself, for you are sort of restructuring how you operate in a sense. It is a bit of an internal override is what we want to say, which is a very interesting way to put it. And hopefully that makes sense to you and with how you've been feeling. But the amount of electricity running through you from a divine perspective is multiplying, if that makes sense. And you too will find you will have new ideas for your business and new, even creative endeavors is what we want to say, or creative ideas. So keep an open mind to new ideas coming to you in the next couple months. Definitely write those down and see what applies to your business and where you want to go in your life. For you are heading in the right direction. Sometimes things just take a moment to ground in and settle in, and that is a bit of where you are right now. So be patient with yourself as you kind of regenerate from some of the past era, is what we want to say, of your life, and allow yourself to entrain to the new. For you are coming into a new awakening, if that makes sense, of self. Identity. Does that make sense? I hope that makes a lot of sense to you. Coming out of channel mode, full channel mode, still in channel mode. I hope that makes sense, Katie. That was a bit, I just have to trust that made sense. So, all right. The messages are rolling. Serenity 2304. Good morning. Jessica Lynn Crest 4. Anything for you? Oh, yep. So there's another card besides this one. Archangel Garcisa, create a solid spiritual foundation, be in service of the planets. Interesting message. They're saying the more you can build for yourself right now, the better. And in what capacity does that mean? I feel like that's laying a solid spiritual foundation is what I'm hearing. There could be multiple areas of your life where you have like a chance to rebuild or like restructure things in a way that suits like a new paradigm, the new you or something like that is what I'm hearing that you're becoming. I feel like there's a lot of new coming in for you. Jesselyn Christ is what I'm hearing. As far as what would be best for you advice-wise, they want me to pull. I got this Kuan Yin Oracle card deck. Whoa, okay. Call of the Dancing Crane. I guess I can't show this because I think there is nudity on this deck, so hopefully that doesn't... I guess I can't. I can't show you this deck, guys. I'm so sorry. I didn't even realize. Call of the Dancing Crane. So I'm hearing heed the call. If there's a new endeavor you want to go on, I would do it. If there's a new calling, just something different or out of the ordinary that's like coming into your life, I would accept it and embrace it. That's kind of the gist of what I'm hearing for you. I know that's general, and I think I'm going to be chatting with you on Tuesday, right? I think you have a reading scheduled on Tuesday, so we can delve more into your specific circumstances then. If you have any more specific questions, feel free to drop them in the Q&A. Why am I going full channel mode? This is for Jessica Lynn as well, though this could apply to some of you in the group. But don't be afraid to be yourself and step into any new concepts that you have for your life with boldness and grace, for you are realigning yourself with higher divine, if that makes sense. We would say you two are realigning with who you truly are, and don't be afraid to let that shine, for the people around you will accept it, if not immediately, at least eventually. And it is important that they see you as you truly are and the you that you truly be. And you may feel nervous about about this, but we would urge you to not, if that makes sense, or to do it anyways. For the more you are, the more it encourages others to be themselves as well. Does that make sense? We are so in the habit of channeling. Does that make sense through Brandon? Or perhaps he is in the habit of bringing that through. Because you can't answer. Actually, you can, so maybe that's why they said that. I actually just pulled myself out of channel mode towards the end there, so hopefully that made sense. Jessica Lynn Christopher, I hope you're doing great. I'm looking forward to chatting with you in the future. Leah Moonchild, any guidance for me and lightworking? I feel like lightworking, you're doing great. In general, so this has been the last live. There was a lot of this message of stay the course. I am getting that for you. I think the full moon might bring some changes for you. That's what I'm hearing. Are you into energy healing? So I do feel like that would be a good idea for you to get into it if you're not, as far as light working is concerned, or deeper into it, or do more of a daily practice with it. That comes through for quite a few people, but it's important. It's like energy work is a big part of, like, when you learn to work with energy, you learn to work with like reality itself in a sense, and it just really boosts pretty much all your capabilities. So I think that's why that comes through so much. But anything else for you? This is going to start coming through for people, I think, today. But pull cards for yourself. I feel like you're very self-sufficient, or you can be. You have the capability to be very self-sufficient with your intuitive capabilities as they ramp up more. So pay attention to what you're getting. If it conflicts with what certain others are getting, go with what you're getting, Leah Moonchild. I hope that helps. And make sure not to get into anything fear-based. I don't know what that is about, but that's just what I'm hearing, and hopefully that makes sense to you. There's a robin on the telephone poles outside here. If that's a sign for anyone. I hope that helps, Leah Moonchild. Let me know if there's anything more specific you want to dive into. K-Dials, is there anything Spirit wants me to... Oh, we pulled you again. What about this card is for K-Dials? So for you, what I'm getting with this card for you is focus on helping the planet right now in the ways you feel called. So any daily lifestyle changes that will help Mother Earth, anything you can do, whether it's like prayers or sending healing energies, from source to the planet, I would do it. And I don't know if you feel like you might be, I don't know if you're pretty new to a lot of this, K-Dials, but I feel like being in service to the planet is something that might be important to you going forward, or something that is important to you. I feel like you probably love nature is what I'm hearing, that you love nature. So if you feel called to make any changes for the sake of the earth, I would do it, if that makes sense. And then, yeah, Archangel Perliamek jumps out here. Let nature soothe you, serve the nature kingdom. So that's a confirmation. And does that take it a step further? I don't know about that message. They were saying something about growing weed. I don't know if that's something you've ever been interested in, but I don't know. I don't know about that. So hopefully that helps, Kate-Else. Serenity, good morning again. I said good morning to you. Christy Sai, will Dave and I be in a relationship? Ooh. At least a situationship, because my body pendulum went no, yes, and I heard situationship. So it might go somewhere. Don't be afraid to have a serious talk about it at a certain point, Christy Sai. That's what I'm getting for you. Anything else? Weirdly enough, what I'm hearing is don't be afraid to jump head first into that one, and that's not always the advice that comes through. Usually the advice is like, don't rush it, but and they're not saying like, they don't mean like rush it and get married right away. It's more just like, don't be afraid to dive in and just like see what's possible with that relationship. I don't know if you've really been holding back. I don't feel like you've been holding back, but like dive in, have the serious convo, see what comes about from it. That's what I'm getting for you, and I hope that makes sense for your situation and resonates for you. Fierce Mom and Teacher, hey, how's it going? Fierce is synchronistic for me. I think because of Kuan Yin. I just heard, like, I was thinking about Kuan Yin the other day, and it was like just like fierce compassion. The concept of fierce compassion came to me. I was thinking about it the other day, so that's synchronistic in that light. Fierce Mom and Teacher, I'm doing pretty well. How are you doing? Yeah, Kylie. Kylie says, that's awesome. Yeah, I def feel it. I've been so connected recently and everything has been awesome. Yep. I think that's like I see hidden passageway, and it's just like new doorways to freedom is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you're going to bring a lot of light to this world, so I don't know what's up with that. And Archangel Hope, whoa, jumped out, and that's a very good. It says, look for a cosmic gift, remember you deserve it. So if you have like a blessing or a gift coming in, it could be random. Just keep an eye out. Yeah, just say thanks, universe, if that shows up. But it's always a good sign, is the card. Thanks, Kylie. Okay, so if the chat starts to reset, I will be. Don't flood the Q&A. Oh, we already have the Q&A flooding. Don't flood the Q&A just yet. But if the chat starts to reset, I will have to switch over to Q&A because then I lose all the comments. And I tend to go comment by comment, so if that starts to happen, I won't be able to keep up. So I'm just letting you guys know. I'm going to go by chat until it starts to reset. Paul Russo 007. Will I get a better paying job? Where, when, how, and what type, and what about my love life? Will you get a better paying job? Yeah, eventually is what I'm hearing. Stay the course where you're at right now. You might get a raise there is what I'm hearing. If you do feel like a nudge or called to leave, I would. I think I do feel like you'll get a better paying job, but you have to work hard is what I'm hearing. Well, you have to change workplaces to get a better paying job. No, I feel like you can stay the course there, work hard, and if it's not a dead end thing, get a promotion there. But again, don't be afraid to take a leap of faith if something better opens up somewhere else. Okay, where, when, how, and what type? Oh my gosh. When I hear down the road, where I do hear nearby to where you live. And what type? Have you considered construction? I don't know if you work construction, but I did see something about construction. If you ever thought about it, consider looking into, and maybe don't jump headfirst into this, but look into starting a business or just something to do with construction is what I'm getting right now. It's something to do with the machinery. I don't know if you can get a license to operate some of that machinery and get like a, I saw like a big, like, you know, those big scoopy guys, very technical, I know, but that's what I saw, and I heard construction. So I keep a lookout for anything like that. Love life. I would keep putting yourself out there. Self-improvement would do wonders. Self-help. I don't know if you read self-help books, but I would start reading some of those, just particularly about, there is a book particularly about, oh my gosh, I forget what it's called, but it's something about, it's been so long since I've read this, and I can't even say I think it's 100% accurate. I think it has some good concepts, and basically my takeaway from it was like, don't be dumb. But it was a book by Tucker Max and some science guy. Amazing name remembrance. And it was something about like how to, like, the man women want, or like how to be the man women want, or something like that. I can't say I live my life by that book at all. Nowadays, I just be myself and attract what is for me. Or that's, once you get to, I'll explain that later. I'm just trying to bring through what's right for you in this moment. But I mean, that applies for you too. But like that book, self-help books, you know what, weirdly enough, like, do you follow Gary Vaynerchuk on like Instagram, or he's kind of self-help. He's all about positivity. He's more business oriented. He's not someone who's like super spiritual, who's going to be giving like psychic intuitive. I don't even necessarily like the word psychic personally, speaking my truth, but he's not someone who's going to be doing intuitive readings on TikTok, but he is like, I think he has an intuitive bend towards business, and he just doesn't talk about it as much. But for some reason, he might be a good person to follow on social media. Like he's everywhere on every platform pretty much. So maybe look into him. But self-improvement is huge right now, even if it's just fitness or just taking the first step in some area of your life to make things better. I hope that helps. I know those aren't all very super specific answers to every single question there. But I would let life flow a little bit, is what I'm hearing. I think there's way more to come, like in love life. answers about your workplace. Definitely go with the flow, and don't be afraid to start like writing things down. Like, what do you want? How much do you want to make a year? And like just begin like putting that out there in the universe to just ramp up the manifestation for it. And any self work and self healing and like shedding you can do would be good for you. So I hope that helps, Paul. I know that was a bit of a lengthy answer, so excuse me. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Good morning, Leah Moonchild. I think I just channeled for Tinkbell Inspired. Tinkerbell is definitely a sign for me, so thank you. Living the life. I enjoy your videos. Thanks for all you do. Aw. Thank you so much. You are very welcome. I'm super grateful that it's resonating with people and you guys love my videos. Thank you so much. I hope you are having a beautiful day. Katie Sigardi, thank you. Funny enough, I've been thinking of moving to London or Paris. Ooh, London for sure. Definitely do it. Which would be the better option between the two? Paris would be good too. What I'm hearing is like if you'll definitely be redirected by the universe if you go to the wrong one. So I would just if you want to do it, I would look into it and take that leap when it's feasible, because that's also I've also had biz collabs coming in. I'm considering. Yeah, that makes sense. I feel like there's one that's really good for you. Is it the first one that came in? I think you'll know. I think it's pretty obvious. Hopefully that helps. Kylie Day. Hi, good to see you again. Do my guides have anything for you? Yes. Oh, you got Archangel Hope too. Look for a cosmic gift. Remember, you deserve it. Oof, yep, this is definitely the card for you. I would be on the lookout for a gift coming in for you, and realize this can come in any format. They want to go channel mode more. This doesn't have to be a physical gift that is gift wrapped like Christmas. It can be time off from work or school. It can be time away from people you don't want to be around. It could be any type of gift. Something that brings you joy and happiness is what we want to say. So if you find yourself receiving anything, just say thank you, universe, and go along with it. You do not need to be shy about receiving the good things that are coming your way right now in life, where you do have fun on the horizon, happy times, if that makes sense. And potentially a trip is something that we are seeing, but of course, take it as it resonates is what we would like to say for these live readings. So we hope you are having a wonderful time in your life, and we are wishing you many blessings, and please enjoy the gift that is on your way, and many more to come, we would say. Hope that resonates, Kylie. Woo. Rhea Coop, will I be an actress? Yes. And they're like, if you want, and they started singing, they started playing the song like, you can dance if you want to. So and that the gist is you can dance if you want to. So yes. But they're saying keep an open mind about other things along the way. There is more to life than just acting and singing and dancing is what they want to say, but they are also saying stay the course. I would, if you have been trying out for things, I would. It is a bit of a tricky industry, I'm hearing, but it's high possibility if you really keep at it, is what I'm hearing. I hope that they're just like, if you want to, you can do it. I feel like you have the goods. It might take some practice. Like, be sure to practice. Be sure to like keep up on your game. But I'm hearing high possibility. So I hope that helps, Rhea. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Sissy Strum. Sissy Strum asks, what's your take on the Grail Code? I don't even know what that is. I don't know if this makes any sense. What my guys are saying, for certain individuals, it's gold. For others, it just doesn't make any sense. Everyone has different paths. And like, this is the weirdest message I think I've heard in a while. It's like, don't be too caught up on what's quote unquote true and what's not, but focus more on what's resonating and working for you. I think that's a bit of a different definition on true, because I feel like truth is very important to me, and finding what's true is very important to me. At the same time, to a certain degree, everyone creates their reality. So there's things that aren't real for me that others can make real for them, is what I'm hearing. The very interesting message. And that gets very meta very quickly. And hopefully that's making sense to you. I don't know what the Grail Code, I would have to look into it more and see like what my guides are saying, but would it be my jam? I don't feel like it would be my jam. It doesn't really feel, does it feel good energetically to me? No, it doesn't really feel the best to me when I just kind of like slightly, I don't want to say I'm fully feeling into it, but dip my toe in the water, so to speak, with my boundaries up, of course. It might not be for you either, but I don't know. I don't know where you're at with it. That's just what I'm hearing offhand without really looking into what it is. And I tend to definitely trust that guidance when I hear about things, because I delve into them and that's exactly what they said it was. So for me, when I do that stuff. So hopefully that makes any sense to you. I don't know what the girl code is. K-Dials on a, okay. Human Brandon has not encountered the girl code. I have a knowing and a sense about it and a perception based on the energy and what my guides are telling me. So hopefully that makes more sense. K-Dolls, is there anything Spirit wants me to know? Okay, we already got to you, I think. Hopefully that made sense for you, what I brought through for you. Leah Brick, howdy, feeling brokenhearted. I'm sorry to hear that. If you have any guidance messages for me, I'd greatly appreciate any guidance. I don't know where you're at with that person, but the first thing they said was walk away from everything about that person or everything to do with that person. What is that? They're kind of saying if it's about someone like a breakup, I would say walk away from that person and don't look back to a certain degree. There is better on the horizon, but definitely focus on yourself and allow yourself to grieve and feel in a healthy way. Of course, don't get caught in it or in any loops with it. I feel like you're on the right track in general. Self-healing is just very important for you right now. Anything else for Leah? And I wouldn't get too caught up in the heartbreak. Hopefully it's not someone passing that you're grieving, but I do feel like there are better people for you to be around coming up soon is what I'm hearing. Anything else? I'm hearing you're a really good soul, Leah. I'm hearing you're a really good soul. Heartbreak won't last. You have such good things to offer people. It's like people who don't realize that or recognize that don't deserve to know you too well, something like that. That's a very interesting message, but card that flipped out. No, they don't. I'll show it anyways. Archangel Michael, stand in your power, be your true self. I'd say it's the second line, be your true self. And feel free to call upon Archangel Michael if you feel like there's chords. I get a little back and forth on the whole chords thing, but ask Archangel Michael to help you with chords, and don't be afraid to be compassionate to yourself too. I hope that helps, Leah. And you're brighter than you realize, Leah, as far as like being a shining light. I hope that helps. It makes any sense to your situation. It usually does. 99.9% sure. 99.9% of the time it does. Glow Divine Power. Good morning. Good morning. How are you doing? Yeah, Katie Zaccardi. Not sure if other comment went through, but thinking of cards. Yeah, it did. Hopefully you heard my response, but I would do it. I keep hearing London, but you know what? Go with your gut on that one. Again, the universe. What I was getting is the universe will definitely redirect you if you choose the wrong one. So hard to mess it up. Excuse me. Sammy Strammy asks, "Did I answer one for you, Sammy Strammy? I'm so sorry. I want to make sure I'm not hitting people. No, I don't think I did. Okay, Sammy Strammy. Are there any messages from Spirit for Sammy Strammy? I hear you're on the right track in life, which seems to be a common theme right now, which is good. If you're one of those people who does like moon water or like charges water in the full moon, I would definitely do it with this full moon is what I'm hearing. If any rituals you're accustomed to, keep doing them. If you've been doing any type of rituals, whether it's morning rituals or even like magic rituals, yeah, keep doing that. Good choice on that one. Anything else? I don't know if you've been self-healing or working on self-healing or if you need to do any self-healing, but self-healing is very important for you right now is what I'm hearing. Or just diving deeper into things as they come up, if they're coming up. One thing that they want to put out there is there can be a decent amount of ancestral healing going around out there right now. So if anything just feels off or you're just like, why am I going through this? Sometimes it's ancestral healing. Not always. Don't take that as like the hard and fast rule of everything you're going through right now, everybody. But anything else for Sammy Strammy? Yeah, they're just saying like your goal, just keep working on yourself. So if you've been working on yourself, keep at it. It is recognized and celebrated, and that's angels is what I'm hearing by angels. The universe, of course, by spirit. Um, keep doing your due. I hope that makes sense and helps. I don't. Whoop, did we just reset chat? Okay, guys. So good morning, Crystal Rose. Stephanie Drennan, good morning. Oh, thanks you. I appreciate that compliment. Stephanie Drennan says, good morning. I love your energy. So guys, we're going to switch over to, I need to answer things through the Q&A because the chat is at the point where it starts to reset. This is where Kylie, I don't know if Stephanique is here, but she is also another moderator. But Kylie, I'm going to ask you to take over with moderating. We're going to have to do Q&A. Guys, please don't repeat questions at the time because it just really fills up the Q&A and it's really hard for me to keep up. So if I didn't get to your question in the chat there, go ahead and if you did not already put it in the Q&A, please do, because otherwise I'm not going to see it. It is gone it's poof into the TikTok either, because once that chat resets, whatever was at the top is gone, and it's just I think there's only a certain number of comments it can keep in its memory banks at a time. So now that everyone is on the same page, let's see. Okay, consciously awake. Okay, we got Sammy Strammy. Hope that helped you. Cool. Let's see here. So this is split up into 3 parts. Consciously awake. I have recently had a spiritual awakening, and I'm now seeing my angel numbers on my phone. Are these my spirit guides? So here, we're going to delve a little bit deeper into this topic. So what I hear is yes and no. It's like, yes, they help facilitate those answers and those signs around you. It's also the universe at large, infinite intelligence and wisdom of source of the universe speaking to you through these things all around you, because the universe is infinite, source is infinite, is everything stems from source. So when these signs appear around you, it is literally the consciousness of everything, the consciousness that is everything, if you will, like source, God, the universe speaking to you. Like spirit guides are a way for the universe to speak to you, if that makes sense. And my guides just got mad and like had an image of them hitting me ahead, and they're like, we're more than that. So keep that in mind too. They're more than that too. They are infinitely intelligent and wise as well. But there is an infinite intelligence that underrides all of existence, that underwrites everything. So when you start seeing synchronicity and numbers, it's this infinite intelligence of the universe, of spirit, of source, of God, of the highest light, whatever your name for the infinite intelligence that is everything, speaking to you and showing you higher realities is what I'm hearing. So yes and no is the answer to that. Consciously awake. I hope that helps you out. I appreciate the question, and I hope you are having a great day. Whoop. Okay. Where are we at here? So I'm gonna try. We got you. Got that. So I'm having to mess with the Q&A interface right now, so bear with me, guys, for a second. We got that. Okay. Vladitintas. Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Is there anything about dance or new home for me? New home, yes. I feel like in the near future, new home on the horizon is what I just heard. It's about dance. I would consider... I don't know if this is like something you're trying to make a career out of or what, but what I am hearing is consider a new direction, but definitely keep dance on the side. I don't know if that resonates for your situation. That is a message that came through. You need a card. Oof. Okay. Archangel Muriel, trust your own wisdom, have faith in your psychic impressions. You already know what direction to go is what I just heard. So if you feel like you already know what direction to go, or it's been hitting on you multiple times, or you're like, feel like you need to grin and bear it for a time, I feel like you already know at a certain level. I hope that resonates and makes sense, but anything else for you? If you're working, I would consider getting a new job. I don't know what your job is currently, but that's something that I'm bringing through for you as well. I do feel like a new home is imminent, but I don't know like if you're looking, but I would keep looking if you are. I feel like you just need to find the right one. I think weird message, but if you're into working with Ascended Masters or angels, ask for help from Kuan Yin is what I'm hearing, Kuanyin, but otherwise pray to the universe, of course, and like trying to manifest that and get some manifestation oomph. I feel like you're already doing that, but that's just a reminder, I guess. I hope that answers it for you. I hope that makes sense for you. I hope that helps you. And if it doesn't, feel free to ask a more specific question as well. Okay, we got that as answered. All right, so we're going down. Kai Warrior asks, should I go to the school I got into? I get yes. Would it be, is there a better school for you to get into than the one you got into? Not right now. I would go. Have fun, be free, is what I'm hearing. Don't worry too much about it, is what I'm hearing. I hope that makes sense. I hope that helps you, Kai Warrior. Oh, Stephanie, Kai, you're here. And thanks for letting people. Yeah, guys, just as so, Stephanie and Kylie, I want to give a shout out. Thank you so much. They are Earth Angel Amy. So Earth Angel Amy, that's so funny. I was just about to say they are the Earth Angel moderators here to help everybody out here. There's more to them than that, in a good way. But I was about to say that, and then Earth Angel Amy popped up. I'm like, that's so synchronistic. So thanks. And Starseed, that was the other thing, because they said there's more to them than that, and then Starseed popped up. So sorry, we can delve into that another time. But just they love those two. They are fantastic, and they just volunteered to do the moderating thing. And if you guys ever want to stop being moderators, let me know. Don't ever feel obligated, but I thank you so much for your help and support through this. Earth Angel Amy. Hi, Brandon. Thanks so much for my reading yesterday. You're welcome. Hey, I always forget to ask for TikTok names, and I don't know who anyone is after the reading. So thanks for letting me know I did a reading for you yesterday. But you're so welcome. Okay, yeah, I remember you, Amy. I remember you. You're so welcome. I hope that was helpful for you. Okay, so back to the Q&A. Yeah, guys, you definitely use the Q&A. The chat just is moving too fast. Once you get to about 50 people for these lives, my lives, the chat just keeps resetting too quickly and questions disappear. Q&A, the questions don't disappear, so I can get to as many as I can. And I'll try to do them in order, but there is no filter for when things are asked. Okay, Crystal Bingham 7. So I saw your earlier part. You said your husband passed recently and want to know if there were any. So just so you know, guys, I will, if I'm guided to, I'll relay messages from passed on loved ones. I sometimes do this during readings. I don't tend to channel them directly through me like I do my guides. It's just a comfort level for me, or a boundary I have sets where I'm not as comfortable with like spirits as I am with angels, God source, if that makes sense, and spirit guides. So, but as far as this, I hear, honey, don't worry. Everything will be okay if you are worried about anything. He is saying the universe does have your back. Don't be afraid to move forward in life. If you have kids, he's watching over you is what I'm saying. If you have kids, it's you and the kids. If not, he's there with you, helping you. And don't be afraid to move on is what I'm hearing too. When you're ready, take as much time to grieve as you need. But he's right there with you in spirit, if that makes sense. And you know, like I'm hearing like the overarching like spirit, like God, like source, like he's there. No one really dies, is what he's saying. He'll see you on the other side. He's so glad he met you, had the time that he did with you. He is saying something about he's sorry he left, but he does love you. He cherishes the time you guys had on Earth. There's so much more for life ahead for you, as also. And he's saying, don't worry, life's got you. I think that's it. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. So I hope that resonated and makes sense. There wasn't anything super particular, but I think it's just a general, like, don't worry. Like, I do see like kind of angels unfolding you right now too. So if you feel any angelic presences, I mean, that's what that is. And he's there with you too as needed. I think he's just kind of making sure things are cleared up for the next phase of your life. Hope that makes any sense. And I'm sorry for your loss again. I'm sorry for your loss. I'm sorry to hear about your loss. I hope that helps you, Crystal. Okay. Let's go. Mel asks, will I have another child with Jay or at all? Hold on. Body pendulum went no, yes. Will you have another child with Jay or at all? Okay. Will you have another child with Jay? Potentially not. My body pendulum is swinging no at all. Likely yes is what I'm hearing. I don't know what the situation is, but will you have another child at all? Yes. I don't know what that's what I'm getting. Of course, I do want to remind you guys, while these tend to be very accurate answers, stuff isn't always set in stone. So you do have the option to create your reality and create different trajectories for yourself. You're not stuck. You're not stuck. Does that? I hope that helps and answers it. So I know maybe I should have more disclaimers on, like, I will do my best with the answers I get. But again, like what I just said, I hope that helps you. I think I was good to answer this one. I'm going to talk to this one. Dillier Becca Sabi asks, hi, I was told to be careful working with angels. Why? What I'm hearing is be careful who you listen to. You really have to get your own understandings roped in. I understand there's a lot of fear out there, but angels are probably some of the safest beings you could work with in the etheric, by far. But I want to say, they always tell me there's nothing to fear in the etheric at all. And I know that's a far cry from a lot of the... There's people who come from a very interesting place, I want to say, or fearful place, but that's a new one for me. Okay, what's the best way to answer this? There's nothing to fear about angels, or God, or the lights, or the etheric. Unfortunately, there's a lot of misinformation and different perspectives that come from a fear-based place. But no, I feel like as long as you're coming from a good place, you're good. As long as you're setting intentions coming from a good place, you're good. They told me to speak to that, so hopefully that clears something up for you. I don't know who told you that, but they don't know what they're talking about, is what I just heard. And sorry, I don't like stepping on toes, but I have to speak my truth. I have to get it out there. I can't just like tiptoe around certain things, especially when it's not true. So I appreciate you reaching out. I love you, but I don't know where you got that one. Okay. Tia 12.07. I don't think I got to you yet. Cool. Tia 12.07 any messages from my guides? Card coming out, Archangel Michael. Stand in your power, be true to yourself. What's the message? I mean, being true to yourself is important, but let's see. I'm gonna pull another card. Archangel Cameo. Open your heart to give and receive love. Your essence is love. So, any messages for Tia? I feel like you're on the right track. I would be gentle with yourself right now, is what I'm hearing. If anything, if you're going through anything or anything has happened recently, I would be... Oh, thanks, Elena Stacy, for the hearts. I appreciate it. I would be gentle with yourself. Or even if life's changing and anything rougher happens, just go easy on you, is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing you're a bright light, Tia, which is always a good message. I would say the course in general right now Of course, if anything obvious needs to be taken care of, take care of it. But in general, the only thing you need to change is how you think about yourself, is what I just heard. I would be positive. I would love yourself. Is it an even number day today? I think it is. I hope I'm parked on the right side of the street, because I have to park on a certain side of the street, and there's cops that come and check. But it switches which side of the street each day. It's a weird street. So that's where I just saw a cop pull up. I'm like, hope I'm on the right side, but maybe he'll just ask me to pull over, or she will if she comes up. Tia, I hope that makes sense. Anything final? I think you're cooler than you think you are, Tia. That's another thing I'm hearing. So I hope that helps, and helps for you. We answered that one. Oh, so we already answered that one. So thank you again for the question. Dun, 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 dun. Pearl cats. Oh, was there more to this besides any guidance, please, before I just dive into a general reading? If it's possible for you guys to keep it all in one comment on here so they don't get separated, that will help me out, guys. Okay, any guidance for Pearl Cats? BU is the first thing that comes through. And I wouldn't let any doubt get you down or get in the way, if that makes sense. I think you have more to give to the world than you realize. And past words and hurts might keep you from seeing that right now. I think if you feel like that resonates, I feel like the universe is conspiring to get you out of that soon. And there's a lot of hope for you, I'm hearing. And when I say hope, I don't mean it's not just random hope. It's there's actually something substantial behind the hope on the horizon or forward for you. I would potentially consider going and seeing a healer. I'm hearing local, in your local area, just to help clear some things up. I'm hearing just energetically, I'm Reiki or a trusted local healer, I guess is what I want to say. Energy worker is what I mean by healer. I think that'll just help you get some more answers besides this live, and it'll just kind of get you in a good place. And I don't feel like you need it per se. That's just something that was coming through. Anything else? If you have crystals, I would sit with your crystals more. I would start sitting with crystals more and meditating with them. Black tourmaline and clear quartz are the two I'm hearing, as a combination, one in each hand or something like that, and see if you get anything out of that. I hope that helps. Anything in general for you in life, guidance wise? If you do have any choices coming up, I would pick new paths, if that makes sense. If there's a choice between new and old, I would lean towards new is what I'm hearing, but of course go with your guts on any choices. I hope that resonates for you, Pearl Cats. I hope that helps you out. Mm-hmm. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, we're doing this one. Cosmic Corey asks, honing in on my gifts. Very cool. Any advice, hearing, anything? So for you, Cosmic Corey, and honing in on your gifts. So this does come through a lot when people ask this, but pulling cards is a good idea. It does keep you in practice. It keeps you in a place, or it allows you to show up in a state, in a place where you're receiving information, or open to receiving information from higher guidance, from the universe, from source, from the divine, from you guys, if that makes sense. Yeah, pulling cards, practice is a huge thing. And I know the next question is how do you practice it? And the journey can be a little bit different for each and every one of you. For me, it was very much the universe leading me to and through the different circumstances, to different people who would kind of give me a piece of the puzzle to put together, or it'd lead me to people who would channel for me. The beginning of my more consciously getting into this stuff would be I'd meet this channeler, and then I meet this person who would channel for me. I was just surrounded by people who just channeled for me, which I just thought it was always going to be like that. And it got to a point where then I just became the person who was channeling for everyone else. And I do know people who do get messages, but it's pretty much, the point is, as you start out, as you set the intention, the universe brings you to the people, the places, and things that help you and conspire to get you to your gifts expanding. And like from there, it then leads you to the places where you hone it in further by like using your gifts to help other people, if that makes sense, to show you have it honed in, and then you can bring it to a larger scale, like here, if that makes sense. So that was my journey. For you, it'll be similar but different, is what I heard. So that, but I mean, I guess that makes sense. So anything else specifically for you? Practice, practice, practice. I would use a pendulum. I would consider learning a body pendulum or muscle testing or some type of yes/no. There is also another yes/no tool, is does it feel light or heavy? That's from a modality called Access Consciousness, which I'm not really a practitioner of. I've just read the books and listened to those people talk enough about stuff that I know what they're talking about in general. And how that works is like, if something is true for you, it'll feel light. If it's a lie, it feels heavy. So in that also kind of, if you're someone who's energy sensitive, that's kind of another way of getting yes/no answers to things. But it's also like, sorry. So that's another tool you can look into. That's Access Consciousness. Anything else for you? I feel like you're doing what you need to do, but I would keep going with it. Like keep meditating, keep putting yourself out there, keep putting yourself in the circumstances where you're utilizing your gifts, because that's how they're going to grow and expand. And keep meeting people who are on your level or even just a little bit above, because you'll get a lot from those people, and it opens doorways in how you can operate going forward, if that makes sense. So I would set an intention to meet the right people that can help you expand your gifts as well. I hope that helps, Cosmic Corey. Anything else? I don't know. You might already have gotten, but I do have a book on the topic. It is more geared towards hearing from your guides and channeling spirit guides, angels, and speaking with source. That is the second link in my bio. Sorry, link in my bio. It's a link tree. Second link on the link tree. But that's another thing that can help. You might have, I think I've seen you around. You might already have gotten that, but that does have a lot of good stuff to help with that as well. And it's a lot of the book is about the energies. I mean, yes, and the words, but the energies, and like there's a lot of, with channeled work, there's a lot of downloads, and it's almost like attunements, but it's like an energetic transmission that helps regarding the topic. So if you're listening to a channeler channeling about honing in your gifts, you're actually getting like an energetic transmission on honing in your gifts that's right for you, if that makes sense, from source. Typically, that's at least how I and many other channelers, pretty much every channeler operates. So that's what I'm getting for you. I hope that helps. I hope that gave you any semblance of help for you. I would also build crystal grids if you haven't. I think that's a great way to work with your intuition. You're like, okay, where does this crystal go? Okay, I'm seeing it goes to the right, and you'll get like an intuitive visual, or your guides will say, put it out to the right of that centerpiece. It's just another way to practice, and like then you can feel the energies, like what the crystal grid's doing. There's just a lot of good that comes out of working with crystals, I guess. So I hope that helps, Corey. Okay, water break. I don't know if someone commented water, but if you did, I did not see it, but I'm drinking water. Good question. Claire Bear 11, why has my sleep been so depriving of me, of my energy? So I'm hearing two things. You're upgrading a lot in your sleep. You're doing a lot of work in your sleep. A lot of the times when you're doing a lot of energetic work in your sleep, you can almost wake up feeling a little bit more tired than you almost, not always, but you'll feel a little bit like you didn't sleep well, or you just feel like tired, like you didn't get the rest you needed. One thing you can do is set the intention that it's easier on you while you sleep. You're like, okay, I still want to get as much work done as would be for that is good, but if there's any way for it to be less draining, universe, please allow me to get the optimal amount of work done where I'm not as drained when I get up, or something like that. And that way you can take a little bit of a break and get the rest you need. That's one way to go about it. Will that work for you? I think that'll sort of work for you. Anything else? I don't know if you do have any type of nighttime ritual, but some type of gentle nighttime ritual, just like where you're setting intentions before bed, where you're either praying or meditating, where you're kind of getting into the zone. Like it could be yoga, just some sort of ritual might help a little bit too, where you're just kind of letting your body know, okay, it's time to sleep. Anything else? I mean, yeah, the general message is they're saying like a lot of work gets done in the etheric. It's only for the highest good while you sleep. So there's also a lot of processing and integrating information from your day-to-day life that happens when you sleep and normal processes. But a lot of this is about etheric work, is what I'm getting. I hope that helps, Claire Bear. I hope you're having a good time in life besides that, or at least a decent time in life. Okay. Oh, thanks for the fire, Elizabeth Femia. I appreciate ya. Rachel and Purdue asks, any guidance from guides or other divine beings? So this has been a very, like, not everyone, but most people who have been asking questions, a lot of the answers have been stay the course. If you feel confused right now, don't. It just doesn't help, but that's what I heard. Things are opening up for you, and like the direction to go will be obvious if you feel like you don't have an obvious direction to go right now. And like the visual I got, they don't want me to delve too far into it, but like it was like guys, the ways I get messages, I don't even get to like show you. It's there's so much more on my end than like I'm saying the message I'm getting, but I'm interpreting it from so many different things. But what I saw was like it was like a boat, and like it's in this like waterway, and there was like these doorways. Or there's like a canal of some type. It was like dark. I don't know why I saw like a scream mask. Don't worry about that. It's nothing bad. But that was showing. I don't know if that resonates for you if you watched that movie or something recently. But you know that I don't know. I don't even watch scary movies, so whatever. But then there was like a doorway there's like torches between the doorways, and like this like door like opens, and you go down this pathway. Let's see. And you know, as you go down this pathway, so we're going down this journey now. There's like archangels on either side of this waterway, and like lights. And I think things kind of progressively get brighter, and you kind of come out of this tunnel, and it is brighter. But then I see like like the Chinese lanterns from like, I don't know if it's Chinese New Year, but something like that as you come out of this waterway canal. But what's the gist of the message? I feel like it's out of the darkness and into the light and into peaceful times is what I'm hearing. So I guess I get to share one of my journeys with you guys on how I get answers. Mall69, thanks for the bag. Secure the bag. I really appreciate it, guys. So that's what I'm hearing for you, Rachel and Purdue. Anything else, Rachel and Purdue? Have I talked to you before? I feel like your username is familiar. I think I've seen you in the comments at least. And I'm so sorry. There's so many new comments, which is amazing. Usernames and so we have 111 people here, guys. It jumped to 115, but for anyone who wants to make a manifestation for 111, anything else for you, Rachel and Purdue? You are a brilliant, brilliant being, and yeah, stay the course is what I'm hearing. Any confusion will be cleared up, and don't worry about the scream mask. They want to say though. There's nothing to fear. They're like, any spooks in the night are a non-issue. I don't know what that means, but I hope that helps you, Rachel and Purdue. Okay, they want to answer this because I think this will help other people too. So I'm not trying to skip anyone, but the Q&A, when these comments stack up, it's very difficult to get to them in order. So I apologize, guys. I'm gonna have to jump around. Yeah, girl, Han 1. What is my purpose? I have too many options. I hear that. Okay, I can relate because I'll tell you really briefly. They don't want me to go too far into it, but like, yeah, I mean, I did get into this metaphysical kick like huge in like 2017, and I just like went down this path. But there's like, I can write, I can do music. I've played on 2 albums that are out there, and I don't know if you guys want to hear them, but they're not bad. I feel like I did pretty well instrumentally on it, but there's a whole thing behind both of them, and they're very different albums. But like, there's like I've learned to sing, I can write, I could do sports. Like in high school, I was very athletic. There was always all these paths, but your purpose is under the surface. Not to try and make it rhyme, but your purpose is something that you bring energetically to the table that underrides all you do. And it's not, and there's a couple angles we'll go at this question from. It's not always just like one physical career choice or one physical, my purpose is to climb to the top of Mount Shasta and become the hermit of the ages, and I will become Buddha 2.0, and I will come back down the mountain with the 3 amendments to the 10 commandments, and that is my life. Like, not really a life. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like, no matter what direction you choose, your purpose will rise to the surface and play a part and a role in anything you do. So for you, your purpose, one thing I hear is compassion. Another thing I hear is mindfulness, and even like magic and playfulness. So if you feel like those are qualities you have or bring to what you do, those are part of the purpose of what you're here to do. And let's see what else comes through. I feel like another thing you're here to do, and there's so many ways to do this, guys. Thank you, Mall69, for the confetti. I hear you're here. One thing I heard is you're here to create the new on Earth. And a lot of you guys are, because it's like we're in this huge transition period. And if anyone like pays attention to anyone who talks about ascension or anything like that, or like the rising consciousness, or there's so many people, different people are calling it different things, like human evolution, like we're kind of like humans are actually evolving. There's like a luminous transition. There's so many different spiritual paths talking about the same thing in different ways, if that makes sense. And so just people from far-reaching modalities or ways they perceive it are calling this shift different things. And that's this leaning towards ascension or evolution. Like, you know what I'm talking about, rising consciousness, shifting consciousness, etc. But you are here to create the new on Earth. And I do feel like that's bringing a compassionate bend to things you do. It's helping others through what you do. That's very general, I know. But for you, interesting message. I don't think I've ever heard this for anyone before, but it's like the more you can be mindful while doing whatever it is you choose to do, the more your purpose will like gradually rise to the surface. And I have no idea what that's about. But I feel like in a sense you're here to teach consciousness through mindfulness. But that can play out in so many different ways. So whatever, and the universe will lead you too. You can also set the intention, universe, guide me to the best course of action for me, whatever the best way for this to look in the physical is. There is one thing, let's talk about Lee Harris again, guys. Lee Harris is a channeler out there, fantastic channeler. My guides have me talk about him a lot. But one thing he talks about is how at one point in his journey, before he got into his channeling work and stuff, he was at like a self-help convention or something. And the person putting this one on had this whole thing where you'd say like, what if I surrendered my own agenda, train horn. So that's relevant. Confirmation from the universe. Thank you. What if I surrendered my agenda and said, God, use me. You know what's best. Use me. You know what's best for me. You know what's best for the world. Use me. And so what happened for Lee Harris is that because he wanted to do music, he wanted to be a singer-songwriter, but he started doing like 5 months later, he started doing like readings out of his home, and it progressed. And now like 20 years later, he's this like pretty big spiritual teacher and channeler. And the whole point of that is, as he talks about it, and he talks about it in quite a few of his like just things he's put on YouTube and stuff in his talks, a lot of the experiences he wanted to get out of being a singer-songwriter, he got out of doing the channeling and spiritual work with people, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps some of you guys out. If anyone else is wondering about their purpose, I hope that helps you out, you girl Han one. And I'm sorry this took so long, guys, but I hope I hope that resonates and helps some of you guys out. So I hope you have a good one. So don't get too caught up in the details, is what I'm hearing, is a last second tidbit to that. It will all play out the way it's meant to. The universe knows what's right for you, and deep down in your soul knows how to guide you to what's meant for you, your girl Han. And that does go for everyone too, but for you specifically right now, your girl Han, that's what I'm hearing. I hope that helps and resonates, guys. Scrolling through the Q&A. Guys, again, I want to thank Stephanie and Kylie for moderating. They volunteered. This is their second time doing it. I don't know if they've done it for others before, but for me here on these live, I appreciate them so much. And please use the Q&A for questions instead of chat, because chat resets way too quickly. I just can't keep up. And then people's questions are gone, and then people are spamming the questions, and no one's getting anything done. So let's see. Okay, we're doing this one. Elizabeth Esler, 401, asked, what is my main life lesson? Why are we pulling a card? Archangel Muriel, trust your own wisdom, have faith in your psychic impression. So they're highlighting the word faith for me on this card. And that's there's more than one life lesson, if that makes sense. Having faith in the universe, if that makes sense, trust, and trusting your gut too are two critical areas they're highlighting at the moment. Being yourself is always important, they're saying too, but they're saying something along the lines of like, trust who you are and trust who you're meant to be. Have faith that the universe won't steer you awry, and have faith is that as you ask for what you're wishing for and what you desire, the universe knows what's best for you and the best outcomes for any situation you're going through. So faith and trust are two main themes. And that's faith in the universe and trust in yourself. They're like, those are quick to learn too. So I feel like those are going to be those are overarching themes for you. I hope that resonates for you. Anything else for you? And being kind to yourself too. Thanks, Willow Child 11. Good to see ya. Thanks for the hearts. Self-love and compassion, I think, is also what I'm hearing. I hope that helps. I hope that helps you out. Mm-hmm. All right, guys, I'm going to try and get through as many as I can. We've been at this for an hour. Good to see so many new faces, by the way. Thanks for tuning in and jumping in and following in. I'm just going to get through as many of these as I can here. So I tend to go by battery life percentage or until my guides force me to stop. So I've still got half my battery life, so we've got a long ways to go for this live here. Okay, Sarah 333. I think I've seen you before. Good to see you again. Career advice. I wouldn't rush into anything right now. I do feel like new is on the horizon. Be patient with how it shows up is what I'm hearing. Anything you can do to better yourself and your resume right now is a good idea. So that's like trainings, that's getting a head start on projects. I don't know if that applies to what you do. That's getting a head start on the competition. Anything else career advice wise? If it's possible for you to go with something that your heart longs for on some level, way, shape, or capacity, or ask for that from the universe in your career or in your job, I would do that. I think you'll be happy with the results if you go it that way and follow your heart on any type of career choices. Did I say stay the course? They did mention something about staying the course for a while, maybe for now, but if you do, if you're in a situation where you need to make a change, jump ship. But this is a weird message. I feel like they're saying like you're okay, but you need to realize things will pan out for you. So things will pan out for you, Sarah. I don't know exactly what your career situation is. If you have any specific questions, please try to put it in there and I'll try to get to them. But I'm not done yet, by the way. I feel like you're on the right track is also what I'm getting. But be very patient with how things show up for you. Shifts can take a second, but they are coming. I'm hearing if you have a job, don't quit yet is what I'm hearing. I do feel like things are still shifting. I'm hearing. I feel like you're going to end up in the right spot. They said something about ending up in the right spot very, very shortly. I don't know what that's about. I don't know what your situation is. I hope that resonates and answers something for you, Sarah. I appreciate you asking a question. So if you feel like you're meant to do something that is of service to others, I would highly consider that. Because they were I took a look at this card and one of the words is be in service to the planet. I don't think it's necessarily up to the planet. I think it was in service were the words that jumped out at me. So, and they were like, tell her to be in service. So anything where you're in service and maybe not being a servant, but of service to others, obviously consider that. Do you do hair or like hairstylist, anything? Like that might be an option. I don't know. Sorry. That's you're almost like a hair therapist at that point. You just talk to people about their problems. So I hope that helps. I feel like I went all over the place, but I hope that made any sense to you in your situation at all. Guys, don't be afraid to get specific with these questions. I can answer them more quickly, and hopefully it can steer. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. I already got that one. We're answering this now. JS lag 09 asks, how do you find your life purpose if you're unsure? Well, there's many ways to do this, of course, but let's see. I don't know why they started playing the Don't Worry, Be Happy song. That might have been for me. Sorry, guys. I wasn't. So let's see. JSlag09. How do you find your life purpose if you're unsure? The first thing they're saying is meditate on it. That's for you specifically. One thing that I will say is sometimes it can take a while to develop. I do think like hitting up people like me who channels or like tarot card readers can be helpful in like delineating more about your purpose. But I do hear it for purpose, for being on Earth, it runs deeper than most people will say, if that makes sense. Even if you get like a really good like tarot card reader or intuitive or whoever you're talking to, if that makes sense. So first things first, trust that you're here for a reason, for sure. Weird answer, but one of the things they're saying is like a lot of your purpose is to experience life and make the most of it. That doesn't mean become a hedonistic. But what that does mean for you, that trust that as you're experiencing life, you actually are fulfilling a lot of your purpose. Even if it doesn't always appear like it, a lot of it is kind of underwritten in the coding of, what is this message? Underwritten in the coding of your life circumstances, of your aura, of like who you are. It's like you experiencing is bringing about what your purpose is. And another thing you can do is set the intention that a lot of these things about your purpose, messages about your purpose, are brought to the surface. You can ask the universe to bring you to your life purpose, if that makes sense. You can ask the universe to unveil it to you and like write it down, and like you're literally manifesting like, universe, show me what my life purpose is and bring it to me in a way where it makes sense. And if you're someone who receives messages, boom, you'll get the messages. If you're someone who's newer to this, or like maybe you don't get messages, the universe might lead you through a bit of a roundabout journey. And like at a certain point, it just hits you. You're like, oh, like I went through all this stuff, and like I've seen all these signs, and I've heard all these people see all these things. Like I see now what my purpose is, or at least what my purpose was for that period of my life. Because there's multiple purposes to you being here. But let's get more for you besides just that stuff. For you, oddly, gentleness is a theme to your life purpose, and like being gentle, if that makes sense. I'm also hearing like an energy like grace, like the energy of grace, and bringing grace to who you are and what you be and what you do. Because a lot of these things can actually even be energetic, if that makes sense with the purpose. There's so many different angles you can hit this from. But as far as what you're here to do, I do feel like you're supposed to shine bright too. And what does that mean for you as far as shining bright, just in everything you do? I hope that resonates and makes any sense for you, JSlag. I'm like watching this cop give people tickets, and I'm trying to stay focused, but there's like kind of energies flying around out there, so got a little bit distracted. Anything else? They're saying you're on purpose. You don't think you are, but you are. But sometimes your purpose can become finding your purpose, if that makes sense. It's like your purpose is still there. And it's like I said with the earlier answer about purpose, I think I'm just kind of adding on to it with this answer. I hope that helped. And if I get anything else for you, I will interject it. Let's see. Hey, how are you doing? Good to see you again here. Good to see you again. So, Huge Bedonkers asks, when will I be able to start channeling? You know, I am hearing to give it a year. That doesn't mean give up, because I think you're gonna get, it's like you're gonna get seeds and spurts of growth, and then like, but they are saying it might take a second. Like, I think I've told this story. I know there's a lot of new faces, but I did and I didn't start channeling right away. It's something that because I was talking with a group of friends the other night, like last week, and someone asked me like, when did you start channeling? And my guy just kind of jumped in there like, your whole life. I'm like, oh, so, but it's like, as far as like when I actually started consciously like more channeling in 2017 is when I started to be like, oh wait, I can do this. It took 2 years before I was actually, well, a year and some change to 2 years before it was like, okay, I'm full channel mode and I can sustain it. And I'm not like all like shaky from all the energy afterwards. And then like after 3 years, I was like, okay, I got this. I'm booming. And then now it's like it's what you see on my TikToks. It's what you see in these readings. It's what you see when I go full channel mode. So it does. That's what I mean when I say it takes practice, is like you keep showing up, you keep allowing the universe opportunities to work through you in the highest and best ways. You keep setting intentions. But I want to say the way things are moving energetically for the collective, for the world, things are very accelerated. And so gifts are picking up quickly. Like, people are meant to be intuitive. Human beings in general, for the most part, are meant to be more in tune, more energetically sensitive, more intuitive, and more connected, like to spirit, to source, to God, than a lot of society has led on for potentially like a long time. I heard like something like, I don't know if millennia is accurate, but I heard something like a long time. So the thing is, we're coming into this now, and we're coming into like the realization that there's so much more, and that we are multidimensional, and that we are connected to source, and that we can do these things. So be patient as this uncovers and comes online, because there's a lot yet to unfold, and a lot yet to your journey that's yet to show itself. And I feel like you're going to be going on your own kind of journey, your own phase where you get clear on what's true for you. But at a certain point after that, the messages will come, and they will come fast. So that's what I'm getting. It's, give it time. But I hope that helps. I hope that answers the question for you. But I know like you guys see me and you're like, oh my gosh. But I have been at this for a while. And I almost in a sense made it one of my main focuses. So I hope that helps. That doesn't mean you can't get there if you don't quit your day job and go meditate on Mount Shasta for 8 hours every day, because I didn't do that. But that just means, it can take time, but if you keep going, you might look back in a couple of years and be like, wow, I got pretty far. So, if that makes sense. It's Busy Bop. My relationship, is it going to last? So body depends on what. No, yes. So I think potentially a while. How am I going to get a time frame? Weird answer, but they're saying it really depends on how you handle it. So what does that mean? Let's see. Is your partner like doing anything, cheating on you, doing anything wrong? No. Is there tension right now? No, yes, no. Like a little, but it's not earth shattering. So So I don't get that you're a mean person. What I am hearing is the more you can be kind, the better, and that doesn't mean you aren't kind. But them too, the other person too. I think I feel like it does have the potential to last, but there's a lot of, there might be some stuff to work through, and there might be some gentleness needed in the meantime with each other, which I think is there. I think it's there. I feel like overall, yes, but you have to be very patient with them, is what I'm hearing. Oh, I have a package coming. Thank you. So, what else? If you haven't been giving them a little bit of space, I would give them a little bit of space. Or if you have, like, perfect, because I just started giving them a little bit of space. And just because a relationship doesn't last forever, doesn't mean it wasn't a successful relationship, and that you both learned and grew and had a lot of love with each other and for each other. Which is there, I'm hearing, but it can take time to develop more. Does that help, Busy Bop? I don't know the specifics about, I mean, I guess I could ask more about the specifics, but as far as the things that are coming through, that's what's coming through in general. I feel like you're on the right track. Just be very patient with them. I hope that helps, Busy Bop. I hope that helps you. I appreciate it. We are at 111 in the chat again, so good repeating numbers here. Oh, and someone left, and it's 110. That's funny. Ooh, okay, I need to take a water break. I also need to turn my car on and turn the AC on because I got to do it in my car today because I was doing it in my house yesterday. Okay, AC, take... Okay, I'm going to take a brief break where I take my... not all my clothes, but just my sweatshirt off, and then fix my hair because then it's all like wild. Drink water, take care of myself, and love myself. I just heard something about someone with there was a character limit in the comments. Oh, okay. Moderators got it. I love you guys, moderators. I'm gonna turn this down so it's not too loud. Kaiser 2000 asks, can you ask my guide if Reiki is my career path? It's part of it, but it's not all of it. It's a big part, and it'll take you to places you never thought you would go. But there's more to your gifts than just bringing through energy from the universe. You're supposed to help people in so many other ways, is what I'm hearing. I'm seeing something about writing and recording. So I don't know if that's guided meditations and like writing books or short story, whatever. Excuse me. What I'm hearing is, don't be afraid to do other things around your Reiki career that support your Reiki career. Whether that's doing, excuse me, like whether that's doing like tarot cards or like oracle cards on like YouTube, or doing like channeled guided meditations if you're someone who channels, etc. But doing things around what you do that support what you do, if that makes sense. If you have a day job, I would keep a job for a bit while you build support and grow. And what I'm hearing is there's so much more to you. That's okay. For the people who just do energy work, this does not mean there isn't more to you than like just that, because that is such an important job, and the world needs really, really good energy work practitioners. Because I tell you, when I try to go through the list of like, okay, I feel like I need a session. Should I see this person? No. Should I see this person? No. Should I see this person? No. Like there's people that are right for different people. So like there's no like lack for need of energy workers, is what I'm trying to say. And that's very important work if you're someone who's adept at that, which you will be, Kazar 2000. But there's so much more about how you can help people than just that, is what I'm hearing. So keep an eye out for other opportunities in business, in health and wellness specifically, potentially even in fitness. I don't know about that. Like, I don't know if that's physical therapy. And of course, go with your intuition and your gut. Don't just take, because those are kind of examples and directions. I'm not saying like, the Lord has told me that you must go into physical therapy. No, that's just like, it's like, look around for other things that support what you want to do, is I guess what I'm getting. I hope that helps. But yes, I guess my guides are like, yes, no, yes. Like, if they were talking about what my body pendulum do, it would be like, yes, no, yes. Like 100%, but build around it as well. And don't be afraid to, it's like, it's a side hustle, but it's more than just a side hustle. I hope you can build it into something more. There's like a bigger business opportunity with the health and wellness knowledge you'll accrue. I hope that makes any sense. I hope that helps. I don't know what your situation is, but I hope I didn't just dance around the question, or I don't always remember what comes through when I start answering these questions. So hopefully that made sense, resonated. Oh my gosh. Anna Marie Pensado asked, what are my abilities? Claircognizance, which is knowing. If you guys are familiar with the clairs, there's like the claircognizance, which is knowing, clairaudience, which is like hearing things, like hearing messages. There's channeling, of course. There's many ways to channel. It's all for that. It's good, by the way. There's intuition, I feel like, is linked in with all of it. There's many ways to be intuitive. Clairsentient is feeling energies. clair. Then there's like other clairs where you smell things, which has been ramping up for me recently, which is weird because I'll smell people and then I'll open the door. I'm like, ah, that's what I was smelling. It was you. And it's like, but it's like it coincides with like me feeling the energies, if that makes sense. So it's like it's a very synergistic, symbiotic like experience where like I feel like if someone's around the corner, I'll feel their energies and I'll start to get like a whiff of their scents before I would actually be able to smell them. It's weird knowing what people smell like without being close to them. I'm gonna put that out there, but that's one of the clairs. It's possible to ramp up any of the clairs no matter who you are. You might have a natural predisposition to any one of them. So for you, claircognizant, clairsentient, feeling energies. So knowing, feeling energies. I feel like you can channel, but you'd have to work at it. We're getting some cards dropping out here. Okay, they want to. So we have Archangel Muriel. Trust your wisdom. Have faith in your psychic impressions. And they're circling the word psychic for me. I know it's reversed for you guys, but for me it's not. Psychic. So psychic intuitive is something I'd want to say. Yeah, your intuition is a strong suit. For me, the way I kind of differentiate these things, because it's like it is all in a sense being intuitive. You could lump it all into intuition. But for me, intuitive, like it's very third eye, and it's like a lot about visuals. It's a lot about clairsentience. Like there's so many. When I say intuitive, it's kind of like all the clairs, if that makes sense. But it's for me, it's more geared towards receiving visual messages, sort of. I don't feel like I'm explaining it very well. When it comes out of my mouth, it makes sense. Ebers 128, you said you submitted one when there was 38 people here. I don't know why I don't see it, but I'll take a look for it. I apologize that I didn't see it. I know TikTok Live is a little... the platform's decent, but sometimes things get eaten up, so if you can resubmit, I would. I'm sorry about that. I don't see a lot of the chat right now because I am very focused on what's in the Q&A and answering these questions, guys. So, yeah, thank you, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Anna Marie Pensado, so clairsentience, feeling energies, knowing, psychic, and like what goes into the psychic, like receiving psychic messages, like a bit of telepathy potentially, but a lot of it's just knowing things, and getting messages that way. I do hear powerful lineage for you, which does, so a lot of ancestral gifts is what I want to say. So if you ever feel called to, for the highest good, make a shrine for your ancestors, or like contact your ancestors of the highest light in some way, shape, or form, or channel them. I don't know why that's coming through in like the ancient wisdom they're in. That's something to potentially look into for you. I hope that makes sense for you. Guys, I do try to do these in order, but I can't always. The way this Q&A setup is not filtered and like by time of input, so flowers and things. It's been an hour. I hope you're still here. Anything, and that doesn't mean I won't get to you guys sooner. This Q&A is a little jumbled, so I will do my best to get to what I will get to. Anything come through for me, please? Jade. Oh my gosh. We have Archangel Lavender. Prepare for soul healing. Forgive and release everyone. Forgiveness is the message coming through, and releasing the old and like past pains is something that's coming through. So if you've been working on that, I feel like you have been working on that a little bit, but I would go a little bit deeper, and any type of or form of self-healing you can do, whether that's EFT, like emotional freedom technique, tapping, and I just remembered I just recently, because it came through for a personal reading I did for someone, or one-on-one reading. It's emofree.com. There's a lot about EFT tapping there. It's all free. There's a whole guide on there. So if anyone's interested in tapping, EFT tapping, that's there for you as a resource. That doesn't have to be what you do, flowers and things. Jade, sorry, you have your name in the question. But self-healing, anything you can do for self-healing is very important right now. Get out in nature too. I don't know if you've been reading a lot, but they're saying something about reading a book, relaxing more, soothe yourself, don't let the world get the best of you, things like that, where it's kind of like going within and kind of tuning out from any perceived external disasters, which is more like, I don't know if you watch the news, but like turning off I don't think you're a news person, but turning off the news, or like just even like the Facebook feed if it gets a little yucky, just kind of taking a break from some of the outside world noise, and realizing there's peace within you, if that makes sense. Side message, you have the guts to do what you want to do, is something I just heard. If there's any projects or like endeavors you've been like hoping or wishing or dreaming for, like set those intentions and like just take a step, or take multiple steps, or keep taking steps if you are taking steps. You have the wits, you have the know-how, the capability. I think it's really about getting started, or if you have started, keeping the momentum going. I do think it's get started. If there's something you need to get started on, do it. And I always love bringing Ganesha in just to overcome obstacles and get towards success. I hope that is helpful for you. Anything else for Jade? Yeah, I mean, they're saying your gold, stay the course, and don't worry too much. So besides all that, and let go of any baggage. If you feel like you have any baggage, let go of it. Okay, I'm gonna try and find out. Okay, let's see what's next here. Oh my gosh, so there's so much in this Q&A, guys. I'm really grateful for this abundance, and I'm gonna try and get through as much as I can. Okay, we got that one. Oh, Claire Bear, I think I answered that for you. A lot of clearing out, and again, don't be afraid to set intentions before bed. And I guess that goes for any of you going through that again. I didn't mean to click on that one. So, but just to reiterate that point, gosh, I'm so sorry for all the scrolling, guys. Reinventing Kiki. Do you see me winning the lotto jackpot? Unfortunately, no. That doesn't mean don't keep trying, but not right away. I feel like it's down the road if you do. What I want to say is I would focus on building yourself up and building and growing talents, gifts, and abilities that help to bring you more money, if that makes sense. But there's also investing in crypto. If anyone had Dogecoin last month when it was at like 0.05 cents, it went up to like 41 cents like 2 days ago. You would have gotten a lot of money if you'd put $1,000 in, put it that way. So there's always crypto if you're not going to win the lotto. I'm okay. By me saying that, I'm not saying you are guaranteed to make a ton of money making crypto. I am not a financial advisor. That was just, it just popped into my head and I wanted to say it. But it's worth learning how to invest in that stuff if you feel pulled to that. But there's a bit of a learning curve, and that is a very volatile market. So I'm not going to say like, yeah, you guys are going to make money if you invest in crypto. It's not what I'm saying. There's potential to make money if you invest in crypto. Cryptocurrencies. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked by cryptocurrencies. User 900664269 asks, does my spirit guides have any messages for me? Archangel Mary's coming forward. Open your heart with compassion and fold others in love. If you feel like you cheated yourself in any way, shape, or form, user 900 in numbers, you did not, is because there's this song, and I don't ever like it when my guides play it for me, because I feel like it's usually after I made a mistake, and it's this song, and it goes like, I cheated myself like I knew I would, and I'm not singing it very well at all in that instance, but they started playing that song, and they said you have not cheated yourself. I don't know what that's about, but anyways, back to the message. So you have Archangel Mary holding a baby, and they're saying hold yourself like a baby. Self-love is key right now through anything you're going through. And there's a car alarm going off, so that's confirmation for me that I'm at least on the right track. If you're into energy work or energy tools, I would actually, because my eyes got drawn to these bracelets here on her arm, and they're saying something about wearing jewelry, but then they also said tensor tools. So no affiliation, guys. There's a website called twistedsage.com, and there's these pretty cool energy work tools that just bring through some good energy, if that makes sense. And potentially look into tensor tools and see if anything draws you about those, to have in your home or to have around you or to have on your person or to wear. not necessary, just something that was coming through here. And another message, they're like, let yourself blossom like a flower. So what is that about? I feel like you're on the cusp of something new, is what they're saying. It's like you're on the verge of something, but you have to let it prosper. So what does that mean? Yes, something about like giving yourself the time, space, and energy to flourish, and just pouring your love into yourself, into your life, even to those around you, and just seeing what comes back to you as you start outpouring more love into your life and surroundings. And that's a very general message, and it feels vague to me, but if that makes sense to you, and I hope it does, I would do that. But nourishment is very important, and that's physical exercise, that's what you're putting in your body, and that's even like the media you're inputting. But I would nourish yourself properly to the best of your ability. And weird message, it's not weird, but trust who you are. I feel like you know a decent amount about yourself, or a lot about yourself, so trust who you are in general. If you don't feel like that, that is to come. That will be unveiled shortly as you do any deep dives here. But I would remove any clutter from your life as well, if even if it's just physical clutter, and you can always set the intention, as I declutter my home, I'm also decluttering my life. And it's a weird as above so below, but for some reason that seems to work. So that's some other advice for you. And you know what, this card popped out and I saw the dandelion. Make a wish. Manifestation is important for you right now, so anything you'd like to see in your life, wish for it. Dream big or go home. I hope that is helpful for you. Weirdly, the moon popped up and I heard moon prayers too. Moon prayers is a new concept, but they're pretty much saying pray with the new moon, see what shows up with the full moon. And that's a very that's a very common practice, is manifesting with the new moon, seeing what actualizes with the full moon, and kind of working with that flow and process and seeing if you're on track with your manifestations. But I feel like lunar cycles are important for you, so I hope that makes sense. User 900664269. I hope that helps you. All right, trying to get to some of the older ones, guys. They don't keep these in order, unfortunately, on TikTok, so I'm doing my best to at least somewhat honor that, but I'm just going to trust I'll get to the ones I'm meant to get to. Chasing Marcy asks, are Alex and I supposed to come together? I get yes to some way, shape, form, or capacity. I feel like yes. The answer I get is yes, overall. But don't force it. Let it come together. I think there's still things working out. I'm seeing the image they showed me was Ganesh fixing a Rubik's Cube. And to spill the beans a little bit, a lot of the visuals I get have to do with Ganesh doing things in the visuals. That's just part of the ways I've been getting messages for a lot of these lives, and for a lot of when I've been channeling for people. It's not always Ganesh, but when I see Ganesh doing a Rubik's Cube and say things are still working out, I feel like there's still puzzle pieces falling into place. There's still information that needs to come to light between the two of you potentially. I don't know, but yes, to some way, shape, form, or capacity, yes. But what to romantically? I think there's high potential for coming together romantically, yeah. I hope that helps. Rebel in the Sky, thanks for the fire. Danny Girl 003, I'll hit this real quickly. Do my guys know I'm trying to reach them? Yes, they do. Be patient. Your faculties are still opening up. You're going to receive the information, but I'm hearing it's different than a lot of people, so try not to compare and contrast in the meantime. They're saying it's how. Thanks again, Rebel in the Sky, for the fire. The way it works is going to make sense to you. It's very particular to you, and that's a good thing. It's in a good way. I think you'll love it and enjoy it a lot. But I think it has to do a lot with visuals and receiving intuitive visuals, and even words visually, if that makes sense. They know the messages are on the way. There will be clarity. How long will it take before you start receiving messages? Soon. You might potentially start feeling like you're understanding you're getting messages as early as June. summer, fall is kind of what I'm hearing. So stick with it. Keep manifesting you hearing from your guides. Like, it will happen, but be patient. The short answer, yes, and they're excited that you're trying to reach them is what I'm hearing. I hope that helps, Danny girl. Good to see you again, by the way. I love seeing all the familiar faces, and I'm sorry I don't get to more of you guys as quickly, because I know the lives are picking up a lot more recently. Okay, I don't know when you asked this, because I didn't see my guys just push the button. So, thank you, Kylie. Water flashed. Again, thank you to Kylie and Stephanique for doing the moderating. They just volunteered and jumped in, and I really appreciate you guys. I took a pause because I'm blessing my water. That's I try to be more smooth about it in real life, because like if I'm, you know, around people and I just like stop with my water for like 5 seconds, people are like, is he okay? Like just like slowly bring my kombucha to my mouth while I bless it. Any of you guys like kombucha? I feel like this is just, I love this drink. I mean, this one in particular is good, but I just mean kombucha in general. I need one more sip. I'm sorry. Guys are like, one more sip. More water, because I've been talking for... Okay, thanks guys for bearing with me. Recenter. Just setting intentions. Okay. I feel like kombucha feeds my soul. Yes. Yes. She gets it. Sorry, I'm sorry if I got your pronouns incorrect. No, I think I did. Eepers. All right, so Eepers, I'm going to try and look for your Q&A next, because I know you were mentioning it in the chat there. Who's okay? Red Vienna, take your time. You're amazing. Thank you. I appreciate it, guys. Whoever just asked about Sun going into real estate, maybe eventually, but I did just get a no. Anyways, Elisha.Watson05. Ooh, Kylie Dusty says, whenever I recenter, I feel vines grabbing me back into the earth. Kylie, what I channeled for you earlier makes a lot of sense. Oh, thank you, Eepers. Eepers just says, all good, I'm enjoying the time. Oh, I appreciate it. I'll try to get to you next, though. I really appreciate your patience, everybody. Thanks for the follow. Someone followed, and I want to say thanks for the follow, but I don't know who it was. Hi, Kenzie in the sky. How are you doing? Earth Angel Amy, I just got a reading for you, but is it okay if I ask a question? You can, absolutely. I will try to get to everyone, but there are a lot of questions, so I'll see what I can do. Sorry, I was just taking a chat break, I guess, to interact with you guys. But okay, back to the Q&A. Sorry, Alicia Watson, to have the suspense in the air for the past minutes while I drank kombucha. It was probably the most intense kombucha drinking you've ever watched. You're like, but how does C feel about me? So, okay, sorry, without further ado, how does C feel about Alicia Watson? Does C have feelings for Alicia? So, okay. Feel free to leave more context about these things. C does like you. If this is a romance question, I really hope this isn't like a family member. But there is a lot of love there. So are you guys just friends? Are you guys family? No. Okay. Are you guys just friends? I think it's teetering on the verge of more, potentially. Correct me if I'm wrong, Alyssa Watson. And I'm going to watch the chat for you saying anything here if you're here, in case there's any clarification. But anyways, I'm just going to trust what's coming through. I'm hearing there's a lot of love for you. I think don't push them is what I'm hearing is like advice for the situation. But to see of like romantic feelings for you, Alicia. I do get, yeah. If this is a romantic question, yeah, there's romantic feelings there, or like they're on the cusp of them. But I am hearing something about don't push anything about the situation. There's something about people coming around in their own time, but you can't push them into anything they're not ready for. So I hope that's okay. So Alicia said something. Do you think he will tell me? Oh my gosh, what did you say before that? Or was that all you said? So I don't know what. Okay, do you think he will tell me? Yes. My body pendulum says yes, but I'm getting like a bit of hesitance in there. I'm hearing something about he needs to come around and he needs to come to his own conclusion about it first. I guess the advice for you, if this is someone you're interested in romantically, would be flirty with them, is something I'm hearing. Would it be in the highest good for you to tell him you like him? I would let him shoot his shots. I guess, like, don't push anything on him, but let him know you're available is the advice I would give to you. I hope that helps. Okay, let's go. I want to find... Why don't I remember? Okay, I know I just said I would get to someone next, so I need to find that name. It was like E. When I get channel mode, guys, I mean, I do and I don't remember things, and sometimes I don't remember things. So what was your name that I said I would do the reading next? Eepers. There we go. Eepers 128. Let's find Eepers 128. We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz. Okay, we got that one. Hey, it's Luke. My pronouns are he, him. Thank you for asking. I know that is important for many people. I won't get offended if you get it wrong, but I am he, him. Astro Cutie, good to hear from ya. You asked this 2 hours ago. I will get to you in just a second. Eepers. Tracy Massive Mom, I do see your question here. Yes, it says 3 minutes ago, but good to see ya. I don't know if the timing of these is even accurate anymore. Eepers. So I can't see the chat while I'm scrolling, unfortunately. Kayla3111, should I move out of my parents' house at 18? No. Try to stay. I don't know what the situation is. Is it abusive? I get no... I get something about, like, try to stay and be very kind. I'm just going to answer that really quickly just because it's there and it's a very short answer. So I hope that helps, Kayla. Eepers. So, all right, that might be like this will have to be one of the, I can't always promise specific answers to specific people. Eepers asked towards the beginning, that's why I'm trying to find Eepers here, when there are like 38 people, which was like, had to have been. Oh, did I miss it? No. So I don't know, can I just tell a story while I'm looking for Eepers and try not to get distracted? Or maybe I can just channel through some general advice for the collective. Oh, thanks, Stephanie, for answering my pronouns. I am so honored, by the way, that all of you feel called to reach out to me and trust me with these questions. I'm really grateful for everyone who's hanging out, by the way. I get so wrapped up in answering questions, I don't always get to say this. So I appreciate you all so much. Deja, good to see you. I'll try to get to you if I can. It's very hard for me to... sorry, I'm like getting answers to questions as I'm going, but I'm trying to find a specific question. But I'll get back to that in a second. Oh my gosh. Eepers. Oh no, Eepers just has, I see one thing from you, Eepers, and it's in parentheses, it says null. So I'm gonna try and find the other one if I can find it. And then we'll get back to the rest of the questions. But I appreciate you guys so much. I'm really grateful that you guys are here. No, Eepers, I just see one that says null in parentheses, and I'm not seeing another one. So if there's a second one, I super apologize. I'll just do something general for you at the very least if I can't find your other comment here. Or if you put it in the chat really quickly, I might be able to catch it. But and the other, I'm doing this for Eepers because she asked something way towards the beginning and I completely missed it. It probably got erased in the chat, and that's why I didn't get to it. But there are like a huge number of questions. I will try to get to as many as I can. Sorry, some of these are trolls, and it's kind of funny. Not that I welcome trolls. Eepers. Yeah, I don't have a good story I want to tell you guys. But general message for everyone here. I've been wanting to do a general message in the middle of these lives just because it does there's so many people and there's so many questions and I don't always get to everything. Eepers, go ahead. Oh, thanks for the flowers, Texas Jess. I really appreciate it. Thanks for the roses. Roses are always synchronistic for me. Eepers, if you commented, okay. It's okay, clear, that wasn't meant to be. I appreciate the effort. I'm going to pull a card for you. Okay, everyone is clothed in this card. So, Sisters of the Sun Rising, keyword in this card, and they want me to look at the next one, and then sound the fierce flutes. Weird message for you, Eepers. I'm hearing be ferocious, and that doesn't mean tearing people's heads off, but it's kind of like unlocking the fierce woman within. I think you identify as female. Okay, Eepers wants to know how to proceed. Feels stuck with no direction. Okay, here we go. I feel like that's going to unlock very soon because the word I was getting drawn to on this card was sun. It says Sisters of the Sun Rising, and this is a new deck for me. I don't know what the book would say about what this card means, and they're telling me not to read it, so I'm just going to go intuitively what they're telling me. Because I did start hearing, here comes the sun, here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo-doo. Very good sign for you, Eepers. So being ferocious, here comes the sun. If you have community or can find a way to get more community in your life, I would recommend it for you because I feel like that's huge for you in some way, shape, or form. And this is weird message, but they're like, if you are Catholic, then perfect. But they're saying like, don't just become Catholic just to have a community. So as in like, don't change who you are just to have people around you, if that makes sense. But in general, feels stuck. I want to see that. Wants to know how to proceed. Feels stuck with no direction. Finding community. If you don't have it, I would try to find community or cultivate one more readily for yourself would be something that would help. I feel like having advice from loved ones is always comforting for you, but I want to see if I got anything more specific as well. They're really harping on getting around people. Like the more you get around people, the better. I want to get something more specific about direction. And I do want to say, weirdly enough, sometimes having no direction is a direction. And it's like being lost is like the step before being found. And I bring that through a lot when people start talking about feeling lost. It's like being lost is the next step to being found. And it's like your purpose when you have no purpose is to find your purpose. Stuff like that. Where it's like, or finding things that give you a sense of purpose throughout your day, even if it's small, even if it's just like, you know what, I feel like kindness is something I'm here to spread. And maybe you write an article about kindness. Maybe you're just very intentional about bringing kindness to the cashier in line in front of you. It can be very small things that start to give you a momentum or a direction in something. But okay, Eepers. I don't feel like you'll be stuck very long. I feel like it could be an idea, it could be inspiration. Anything artistic is a very good idea, even if you've never done it before. I just think it's like unlocking creativity and letting it flow, and not being super concerned about the next steps, because sometimes there need not be any, if that makes sense. Being where you are is just fine for right now. You're not stuck there forever. But it's like a weird message. They're like, the more you flow with what life is bringing you, the more you realize life has been bringing you what you need all along. So right now is a good time for you to get out of the house, find community, even if it's on Zoom, online. Have you considered learning Reiki, Ypres, or any type of energy work? Because that's also coming through randomly for you. Just something new, something just sparks some creativity, like a new hobby, even if it's golf. They're like, don't worry about physical activity with you. So I'm not worried about that. It's more just, cultivating community. And if you've ever felt called to Reiki, now's a good time to like look into that. I don't know. One thing you can also do is start to set intentions. Oh, and we have another Sisters card, Sisters of the Star Blossoms. This like fell out of the deck when I pulled this deck out, and everyone's clothed. I don't know. The weird side message: don't ever be afraid to be who you are. So, Reiki is the best. I agree, Amy. Amy is 100% going to be a fantastic energy worker. She is a fantastic energy worker right here. What is this she's gonna be? I hope that helped, Ypres. I feel like I don't think I spun around in circles, but sometimes when I'm talking, I'm like, am I just saying the same thing over and over again? So that's just what was coming through for you. But yeah, they're like, don't be too concerned about next steps right now. Just chill. It's like the path is unveiling before you, even as we speak, is what I just heard. So don't lose hope. And weird. No, they don't want me to say that. Okay. I hope that makes sense. Okay, we answered that one. I want to try and get an older one. Okay, we answered that one. We answered that. Oh, sorry, answered this one already. I was just trying to clear out the Q&A so I could see more of the new questions here. Okay, here we go. Oh, Alina's... Not that one yet. Alina Stacy... Oh, I have to say it. You're saying something about a guy comforting you in your dreams, and I can't find the question in the Q&A now. I don't... Is your dad alive? I kept hearing something about father figure, or like dad. I don't know if it is your dad. I don't know if your dad's alive or passed on. Residential. Okay, let me delve really quickly into it. Who is the person talking to Lena Stacy in her sleep? So, was it you? Was it your reading where it was like an archangel was talking to you in your sleep? Because I've talked to so many people at this point. There's someone I talked to and Gabriel was talking to them in their sleep, and like this is really reminding me of that. I'm like, was that you, Alina? But your dad is alive. Okay, cool. That narrows it down. So. Come on, guys. What's the answer here? Who's talking to Alina Stacy in her sleep and comforting her? I don't know why I'm not hearing anything like more like specific. I thought we talked. Did we talk about this over the phone, Alina? Like this just feels so familiar to me. Help me, guys. I'm not getting a straight answer right now, which is But I thought it was like someone from your future last time we talked. No, we didn't. Who was I talking to about that? I kept hearing dad for some reason. So, or like father figure, someone who cares, if that makes sense. I don't know. That's what I've been getting, and I'm not getting anything different. There are archangelic energies around you while you sleep, so I wouldn't. Is it anything bad? No. I feel like it's part of your healing process is what I'm hearing. I have no idea what that's about, but I hope that makes any sense or like lines up at all. That's what I was getting, and I hope that resonates or some sort of clarity comes from that. I'm so sorry I'm not getting like more info on it, and I hope that is helpful at all. Lexi Isaac asked, my dad is dying and I'm wondering what comes next. Well, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm sorry for your loss. I mean, here's the first thing I'm hearing. Life will go on. He will be at peace. I don't know if he's in a lot of pain with what's going on. Thanks for the flowers, Elena Stacy. Let's see. What I'm hearing is everyone will be taken care of. So in general, if you were worried about that, the universe has everyone in mind in the situation. You will be taken care of. Your family in general is looked after. Things are going to be okay, but it might take a while to recover, is what like grieving process and just everything. I feel like people will take care of you guys to a certain degree, like people around you. I don't know if that resonates, if you have people who will take care of you around you, whether that's like any type of church group, any type of community or anything. But yeah, there is support for you guys. Don't be afraid to reach out, if that makes sense. I feel like this is something that will potentially spur you all to live your best lives, if that makes sense. But if he passes on, I mean, I know everyone passes on, but he will be there cheering you on from the other side, if that makes sense, and supporting you guys in the etheric, if that makes sense. He will have peace in the other side, of course. But I do hear he loves you guys and he cares immensely for you guys. It's I do hear it's like unfortunate circumstances, but stay strong through it. Don't be afraid to grieve however this all goes. And I would ask for as much support in the highest and best ways from the universe as you can, whether that's angelic support, whether that's just like, universe, send us and our family the highest and best support for us. You're just inviting in the support of the universe, which is inherent, but I would do that as well. But I do want to say, don't worry too much because the universe has you covered. That's what I'm hearing. So I hope that helps you, Lexi Isaac. I'm sorry to hear about that situation. I know that's not always easy to go through that kind of loss. We got that one. Oh, Alicia Watson. So I know I answered your earlier question. I didn't mean to tap on that, but I did, so here we are. I answered your question about about C, I think it was, if that was you. So what will be happening soon? Weirdly, the image I get, and this is going to be a bit symbolic, is like, it's almost like you're climbing this ladder, but it's almost like this big spiral ladder, and it's almost like you can't even see the ceiling because it's so high, and it's like it's almost like in a library, like there's books, and I just like yeah, you'll be ascending spiritually. I do feel like everyone is, but what is this about? Let's see. I don't know how old you are. I don't know if you're working a job, but if you are, I'm I'm hearing something about potential career change. If you're not, don't worry about that. I would just say like some type of change, but that's not very specific, is it? What's next for Alicia? Actually, I do hear a lot of changes coming for you. That is something that I just heard. A lot of changes coming. Something they are saying randomly is like, it's a good idea to realize how much more you have to give in life. Does that make sense? As you move forward and grow older and stuff, there's a lot for you to give others, and there's a lot you're going to be learning about yourself in the years to come. Which is, I mean, yes, but for you in particular is what I'm hearing. So anything else? I'm hearing something about don't give up. So if you have any endeavors, if you have any dreams you've been chasing or like starting on, don't give up on that, if that makes sense. So I don't feel like I'm getting a lot of specific answers on that one. We have 111 people in chat, 111. I'm going to take a quick drink. What will be happening soon? Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of realization for you too. I like the clarity about your life. A lot of change in the near future, and I'm sorry that's so general, but I feel like I'm starting to slow down a little bit. So we'll see how I'm doing here. I didn't sleep very well yesterday. I think I only got a couple hours of sleep, so I'm trucking through it, guys. I apologize if I'm starting to slow down. I'm about like 2 hours in here to this live. Thanks for the water reminder, Pandora. Thanks so much for the roses, Martine. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Whew. Okay, anything coming through for me? Also, drink water. So that's from Pandora87. Thanks for the water reminder, Pandora. BU is the first thing that comes through. Very common for that to come through for people. But what does that mean for you? Any opinions from others, really let them slide off of you at this time, and really step forward into like things you actually want to do. I'm hearing something about keeping the momentum. If you have momentum going in like either a relationship or a project, keep it going. But what's that more geared towards? There's just like life in general. Keep your momentum going. So if you have momentum going in life, keep it going, and hopefully you'll know what area that resonates for you in. So what else? I'm hearing something about projects being key. If you're working on any projects, definitely keep that up, Pandora. And that's probably what the momentum is geared towards. Anything else? I'm going to pull a card. Kuan Yin. Oh, wait, didn't we just pull this one? Okay. Call of the Dancing Crane. This one popped out earlier. They're pointing me to the number 4. The number 4 on this card. So one of the things they want me to tell you is that you're an angel, which is a little bit more out there, but I associate the number 4s with angel, and that's why that's jumping out at me. But pull another angel card. So another message is there's light at the bottom of this card. The word light is, thank you so much for all the roses, Martine, is at the bottom. It says light. It says be a blazing light. But what I heard is like turn to the light. It's like anything you're doing in your life, invite the light into it. And that's as simple as I invite the light into this project. I invite the light into this life circumstance. I invite the light into my life in general. And that obviously brings more light into it, if that makes sense. I do feel like you're a bright, shining being. I do feel, so I pulled another card. This popped out and says, hear the yellow tiger mother. I don't know this card deck very well from Lana Fairchild, so I just read it intuitively how my guides tell me. And tiger jumped out. They said tiger spirits, so be brave and be bold is the message that comes out. And I do feel like tiger spirit animal is probably important. I actually hear that's a totem animal for you, Pandora. So if you're familiar with totem animals, it's kind of like animals that tend to have, they play important attributes of the animals kind of play important roles in your life and who you are, if that makes sense. It's almost like your totem animals are, I tend to see, is more associated with attributes of people and who they are, while spirit animals are like, okay, my guys did not like what I was saying there. So let me channel through the answer. So what they said something with tiger spirit animal is like unleashing a bit of bravery, and knowing you can smack people if you need to. I obviously don't condone going around and like smacking people over the head, but I think it's just like, and I don't always condone this either, but you can be in a kind way a little curt if you need to be. Just don't be afraid to set boundaries and say no to things. Do you have trouble with that in general? You're probably better than you used to be is what I'm hearing. I don't feel like it's a huge problem, but my body kind of went no yes when I asked that. So I hope that helps, Pandora. I feel like that reading was all over the place, but I hope that brought through some good stuff for you. Thank you. Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Cloud Romantic asks, do I have any spiritual gifts I should focus on? Buddy Pendulum goes yes, no, yes. One thing I'm hearing is that energy clearing is a good idea right now, which is just kind of like, whether that's like an incense stick and you're just kind of like smudging yourself or your space. I feel like that would help you right now, or like smudge sprays if you can't have smoke in your wherever you live. Can be helpful. But as far as gifts, I do hear claircognizance for you as well, clairsentience, which is energy work. I do hear clairaudience for you as well, so like hearing messages. Working with crystals is a good way to open up a lot of your intuitive faculties right now. Citrine's a good one for you. Rose quartz another good one with you. And I'd also check into actually black kyanite. I was gonna go blue kyanite, but they said black kyanite, which is is one of my favorite practitioners puts it, aggressive healing and clearing. Which what I'm hearing is like kyanite's very good at helping with aligning your energy faculties, and they're like it'll help you align your energy faculties, which helps you to receive downloads and intuitive information and hits more readily, I guess, as you're opening up and expanding into these things. I would work with crystals. I would read books on intuition and crystals, actually, is what I'm hearing. And like explore, discover, and have fun is what I'm hearing. So what does that mean? For you, I'm hearing like read every book you can get your hands on like the topic of psychic gifts and intuition, and I think a lot of stuff is going to jump out at you on like how you can progress on your path. That's for you specifically. That's not for everybody. If you do feel like that resonates for you and you're not cloud romantic, then of course you know that it resonates for you. So I hope that makes sense for you. But as far as specific gift to focus on, feeling energies, I would say clairsentience, and I'm hearing something about boundaries and like setting energetic boundaries for you. And it's a good idea for you to see a practitioner too, is what I heard, because they'll be able to help guide you in that endeavor as well more readily than, because I can do what I can do really quickly in a live, but when you're with a practitioner, they can like guide you through steps for you that are right for you in that moment, if that makes sense. Make sure it's a trusted practitioner. I'm hearing local, not online, so somewhere in your area, potentially in a metaphysical shop in a nearby city, if that makes sense, or town. I hope that makes sense. Reiki probably would be the one. Yes, I hope that makes sense. Moira Rose Zart asked, am I really channeling messages? I get yes, more than you think you are, but be patient in discerning the difference. It's like you are getting messages, but you have to learn to discern, is what I'm hearing. So, I mean, that's what I'm hearing, and now that I put the picture together with what I just read on the question, that makes a lot of sense. But I would ask for discernment, and like because you can set intentions as ask for things with your guides and like things to help to work more in a certain direction. So I'd be like, okay, universe, I this dude on TikTok Live, he's channeling and he's saying that I need to discern things better. So universe, what will it take for me to discern the channel messages from my thoughts more easily and readily? What will it take for me to discern messages from anything else more easily and readily, please show me. Guides, please give me messages in ways that I understand more readily. I'm having trouble discerning it from my thoughts, so please help me distinguish it. As you get more practiced with this, guys, I do feel like that naturally unfolds where you're more able to discern. It doesn't hurt to ask. I feel like that can speed up the process, is what I'm hearing. There's a practitioner I love her work. I am guided to get sessions from her frequently enough. It's not like every week, and it's usually not every month. It's probably like quarterly, or perhaps a bit more or less often, depending on what I need. But I'll totally give her a shout out. So Anna Anthony, Anna's Synergy Healing on Facebook, ANNA''S Synergy, SYNERGY Healing. If you ever feel like called to, she's great. Her readings are a lot different than mine. So if you ever want a good distance session or reading, feel free to reach out to her. Anyways, one thing she said, I forgot what I was going with this, but I remember very early on in my journey, and one of the reasons I like to, there's a lesson in this, so maybe someone needs to hear this. One of the reasons I like to shout her out is because at the beginning of more towards the beginning of my journey, not the beginning, but she's one of the practitioners who, I worked at a metaphysical shop for like 6 months, and she was a practitioner that worked out of that shop, and she has her own practice outside of that too. But she as I worked there, she'd give free sessions or readings to the people who worked there, so that I could more readily like talk about her work. And I was actually leaving that job because wasn't the best place to work on certain levels, unfortunately. I don't like to talk badly about it, so I'm gonna shut up about that. But the practitioners were fine. It wasn't the practitioners there or the employees, if that makes sense. But I was leaving, and she said she's still, like, I was like, hey, I want to try and pay you because, like, I know you're doing this so I can, like, refer people to you through me working here, but I can't because I'm leaving in 2 weeks. And she's like, no, it's still free. And I'm like, okay. So, but just that willingness to help others and be generous is something that I really admire. And she's the real deal. She knows what she's about more than a lot of, it's just someone I really trust. And that's why I feel comfortable shouting her out. And she's also generous, and she does do it for the right reasons. Totally. My guide said totally, and I looked at the comments here, and one of them said totally in the words, so that's my verification there. So one thing she said to me, sorry to go on that story, is if you ever have trouble like discerning the messages or they don't make sense, just say, hey guys, like, this doesn't make sense to me. Please say it to me in a way that I can comprehend. I feel like for a lot of people that can be automatic, but if you have trouble with it and you're earlier on in the process, it doesn't hurt to ask and just put that out to the universe and to your guides. Like, I feel like they already know, but it doesn't hurt to just get things moving in that direction with a question and through asking. So I hope that helps people. I feel like I was talking to more than just whoever question I was answering there. But I hope that helps you guys. I'm sorry for the tangent. But, all right. Wow. This will be a really quick answer. Willow Child 11, am I correct about my past lives? I get a big yes. So, short and sweet, that is the answer to that question. All right, I'm going to answer this really quickly because it's such a short question. What is your opinion on Ghostbusters? Is it true? I get no. And it's so funny. I was just having this thought about opinions because to me, I do and I don't try not to have opinions on certain topics. I try to come more from a place of like, okay, what does my divine guidance say? So what I get for is Ghostbusters real? True? No. It's a bit overblown and dramatized is what I'm hearing. There's nothing to really be afraid of. And what I'm also hearing is a lot of that stuff can be, this is not to play down any experiences any of you guys have had, because it's not the case for everyone, but for cases like that show and people who seek that stuff out, some of that can be self-created is what I'm hearing. But But short answer is that show is more for the views, so it's not really 100% true at all. They really exacerbate things is what I'm hearing. So that's what I get. So it was just a short answer. I thought I could answer really quickly. And I've been thinking about the concept of opinions earlier, so that's why I felt drawn to that as well. Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, I found it. Eepers. How do I proceed? I'm so lost. Get out in the community is what I hear again. And do whatever you feel called to do. Jamie Brown 177 asks, is starting my own business a realistic path? Yes. But do your research, be very diligent. Some advice I'm hearing right now is niche down, N-I-C-H-E. You know what niche is if you're talking about business. Niche down a bit, and don't be afraid to expand, pivot, and also don't be afraid to take it slow is what I'm hearing. You've got the goods. It's research. It's making the most of your money up front. Like, you might have to make a bit of an investment. You probably know what you want to go into if you're thinking about business, but it's like short answer yes, but be very patient with yourself and the process. Thank you, Kylie, for the water reminder. Oof. Okay, hope that answers that, Jamie Brown. Okay. Sorry. I'm just listening to my guides on what questions to answer here, which ones to hit next. Sorry guys, I'm scrolling through trying to find some of the more old questions here. Okay, my guys are saying I need more water. Okay, so before I get to more questions, I want to do a quick general reading for everyone here because you all have been hanging out with me potentially for a while, and I don't know if we'll get to all the questions before my phone dies or something else happens. But so we're going to do a quick general collective reading for everyone here. Thank you, Jamie Brown. Texas Just says, I'm old. I don't know what that's referring to. So we're going to do a quick general reading for everyone, and then we'll get back to the questions. Channel message. Full channel mode. Greetings everyone. Stay the course has been a general message for so many of you because so many of you are on track for things to manifest in your life. Dreams, goals, things that you've been working on, or new situations you've been hoping for. We would urge you to continue to write things down, if that makes sense, that you want to manifest into your life. This is common advice, of course. But the key is to get started as well, to get the ball rolling, to kickstart the process by taking one step, however small, however large, to show the universe you are serious. Of course, the universe always knows you are serious. The universe always knows your intention. The universe knows how likely it is that you will actually get started on these things in the first place, and so do your guides and the angels and those around you. But ask for all the angelic support for the highest good for your endeavors. Ask for all the support from ascended masters, from God, from the universe, whatever your concept of a higher power is, whatever your words. The universe does not judge what you call God or what you call the universe. It is more about the concept than it is about the words or the labels that you put on things, if that makes sense. So the key is to get the ball rolling, if that makes sense. So anything new you want in your life, we would say take a step towards it. If you want to start a business, you look into what it might cost or what it might do. Save some bookmarks in your online for related to the topic of your business. Just get the ball rolling, if that makes sense. It is feasible if you start, is what we want to say. So stay the course applies because very soon there will be a bit of a shift with the full moon that will allow you to embark on a either new trajectory or a what we want to say is hardwired path that has been entering into your systems over the last couple months to year through 2020, if that makes sense. So there is a lot of new beginnings on the horizon for so many of you. Some of you are already starting on them. Some of you are well within the start of them, and some of them are upcoming for you. You are all in different places on your journey. So please trust that you are on the right path for you right now, and stay the course is simply a message to keep you where you are momentarily so that the right pathways open up when you are ready for them. There is a lot of upgrading, grounding in right now, and through June, through July, there's a lot of new coming in, new experiences, new energies, new people, new places for many of you. And of course this is general, so it will not resonate for every single one of you, and the way this new shows up for you will be different. Sometimes it is new people, sometimes it is new places, sometimes it is simply a new toy, if that makes sense. A new project, a new start on a relationship that you thought was long gone, something like that. So that is the general message for today. And with a final parting note, we would say being yourself is the platinum, the gold you can bring this universe. Being yourself and in training to who and what you truly are, for each of you is the universe and the universe is you. The more you become your highest self, as we would say, your higher self, the you are meant to be, the more you bring higher consciousness to the collective and raise the frequency of the earth itself and allow others to step into that for themselves. So the more you get started on your dreams, the more you open up the possibilities for others to do the same. The more you play the puzzle piece you are meant to play in this earth plane existence, in this awakening of consciousness, in this new reality unfolding on earth, if that makes sense, the new paradigm, the higher dimension, whatever you wish to call this shift in consciousness that has been occurring. The more you play the role you are meant to play, the more others will be able to step into theirs, and the more things will more cohesively flow for lifetimes to come, is what we want to say. That's the message. All right, so hope that resonated for you guys. That girl, I'm laughing at your comment there, the toy. So much more than just a toy for you, that girl, I want to say. At least a little bit more. More water, Burritosaurus. Thanks for more water. Yeah, after that, yeah. You're welcome, guys. I hope that resonated. It was a bit of a general message for everybody. Just in general, I feel like a lot of you are on the right path, is what I want to say. So back to the Q&A. Need to come down for just a second. Not too far, but... if the Lion King theme song or intro song is synchronistic for anyone, that just started playing in my head. Someone else who knows the words, sing it now. Da, 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 da. Okay, here we go. Ooh, this was a recent one. Sorry, I'm gonna try and get to older ones too. Fifth Element Alchemy. As any chips on channel writing? Yeah, I'm hearing just start for you. But it's really like you sit down, you got your pen and paper, set the intention. Okay, they want me to guide you to a course, excuse me, and I have no affiliation. Lee Harris, this comes through as a resource for people who want to learn how to channel quite frequently. It's the course How to Channel and Why. I believe it's like $30, and his website is Lee Harris Energy. Again, no affiliation. And I was already channeling before I went through this course. I have gone through it. It's very brief. It's just like 2 hours, but it's a great way to just get started and like just kickstart that journey. And there's a great channeled guided meditation he does in that course that it really gets you into that frequency forward / state of channeling, and just kind of opens it up a bit more for people who go through that course, I would say. Which is kind of the concept also behind. I do have a, sorry, I don't want to. I'll show up for anyone else who's interested. But I have a book, but they don't want me to. You can if you want to. That's not particularly the route they're guiding me to provide for you. They more want to steer you towards that course. So don't worry about my book at all. But that course, Lee Harris Energy, How to Channel and Why, it's like $26 to $30 if I remember correctly. I don't know if I'm accurate on that. but he talks a lot about getting started with channeled writing. But what he says in that course, and it's like, you'll sit down, you set your intention, like, okay, I used to channel only what's of the highest wisdom, and what does my soul want to tell me today? Or like, what do the angels want to tell me? Wherever you're at with your channeling journey, it's like, what does my soul want to tell me today? And you just either like, you'll hear the words clairaudiently and you just write down what you hear to say, or like for me, like they'll do that. They'll just like move my hand and force me to write. Force is a harsh word. They write it through me, if that makes. There's so many ways it can play out. It's just finding the way that works for you. For you, I feel like it can be a bit of a clairaudient experience where you're hearing the words. If you're newer, it might sound like your thoughts at first, so keep showing up and keep trying it, because it does take practice, like I've been saying a lot. So if anyone else has been wondering about that, I hope that happens. Stephanie, thanks for the shout outs about my private readings. Man, you guys are like, I don't know, you just have moderating in your blood or something. Not literally. Sorry, that's I appreciate you guys, I guess is what I'm saying. I hope that helps. Fifth element alchemy. Again, thanks so much for hanging out with me today, guys. I'm grateful for your presence here. I appreciate that so many people enjoy the live and want to have questions answered. Oh, sorry, I was trying to get that out of the way. But thanks, Stephanie, for getting my pronouns out there. I was trying to kind of. Oh, okay. All right. It's Momo asks, do I have any healing ability? Yes. What's your way to heal? What my guy just said is the best way to find out is to try. So I feel like everyone has the ability to heal and to heal others. There is a latent healing ability all beings have, and you could point to how bodies heal by themselves or how people go through self-healing journeys. I do feel like some people are more predisposed, and like it's part of their path to be a healer in general. Don't take this as hard as fast, but no, they don't want me to go there. So, do you have any healing? Yes, and actually I feel like you're supposed to. I would look into different healing modalities, whether that's Reiki or some sort of energy healing or something self-healing. But as far as what your healing ability is, here's an interesting tidbit, guys. What they just said was, even if you're just sitting with someone and you have the intention, say it again, guys. Even just sitting with someone with the intention that your presence is healing starts to bring a healing energy into the interaction, into your presence, if that makes sense. So there are people, okay, here we go. There are people out there where just being in their presence is healing for others. I don't get that that's where you're at right now. It's Momo, but I do hear you can get there is something. You're not limited to not being there, if that makes sense. But I do feel like you have a way with words. I do feel like it's like being present with people with that intention, being open in a good way, with proper boundaries, of course, but being present with people is gold for their healing. So that's not necessarily talking. Does that make any sense? It's like holding space for people. I hope this makes any sense. So I guess the gist of the message is everyone has healing abilities. The more you seek it out, the more you will have that with you. I would learn Reiki if you want to do healing work. I feel like you should even learn some sort of modality of healing because you're even asking about it. There's something there for you. There might be some self-work to be done there. It's Momo as well. I do feel like you're predisposed to be a healer, but you might have to work with it. I hope that helps and answers that, Momo. It's Momo. It's Momo. Okay. Oh my guys, don't want me to answer that one yet. Sorry. Okay, Martine. So Martine RN, I'm a hospice nurse. Is this the right path? I get yes, but there is more to your life than just that. And they're saying something about don't shoot the messenger. So please do. If I'm about to say something that angers you, don't don't shoot the messenger. Okay, let's see what's coming through for you. I'm hearing it would be good for you to start to write about your experiences. Is hospice is I'm hoping I'm remembering what hospice is, but if that's about like where people are kind of like, it's where people die a lot, right? I'm not putting that very lightly. I'm sorry. I'm like trying to remember if I have this right or not. But I would start to write about your experiences with it, like about life and death or about different people and about how people cope. There's something in that experience that will help you to bring out more for you. But I do feel like writing is a key. Authorship, being an author is not a bad idea. I don't know, even if it's just writing a blog or something, I think there's more to it. Hospice nurses are angels on earth. Yeah, that work is, yeah. What you're doing is huge. Is to add to that what was just said there. That's what my guides wanted to say. What you're doing is huge, but writing about your experiences and about life and death could bring a lot of hope to people. And I think weird message, a lighter experience for those transitioning. I don't know if that helps, but there's more, but it's related to what you're doing. So, and if you ever feel like branching out, like do it. Whether that is bringing more of some type of other modality to the fore with it, just don't be afraid to branch out. You're welcome, Martine. I hope that helps. It's like the answer is like overall yes, but there's more, and there's more to come on that. What else would I do feel like writing is part of that. I hope that helps. My mad scrolling to the old questions. Nikki left defense. Should I do the hypnosis session I've been offered? I get a pretty big yes. Would it be that it's good for you to skip out on it? I feel like weird message. There's a lesson in there for you. As the person you were offered the hypnosis session, a good practitioner. I'd say pretty good, pretty decent, at least good enough. You will get good things out of it. I'm hearing it will lead to a different doorway for you that might be internal. Like it unlocks some new experiences for you. So what kind of experiences? I feel like there's a new hope for you kind of involved with that. And it might be more minor. It might be more like... but that's what I'm hearing. Overall, yes. I hope that if you get really bad vibes, don't do it. Like, trust your gut. But I don't feel like it'll hurt, is what I'm getting. It will help, mostly, more than likely. It helps and it won't hurt, I guess is what you say. And there's a lot more for you than just hypnosis, is what I'm hearing. So. Weird side message, but don't get roped into any cults. As the hypnosis was the person who offered the hypnosis session in a cult or plugging a cult. No, not really. I don't know. Maybe that's just a weird side message. Is my guide available to advise me with anything? Mushakite. Hopefully you're still around. I think this is an old question. Quick answer for Kristen Robinson. Is leaving teaching to work with your husband a good choice? I get no. That's just a really short answer. And I only answered that because it was a really short answer. Okay. Mushakite asked, is my guide available to advise me with anything? Yes. What would be best to advise you with? I would go big in life, whether that's career, like finances. Like I would dream big, I would go big, I would go for home runs right now. I'd say a weird message is like you're protected within reason. You're protected from risk right now is what I'm hearing, and the way I got that message is funny because there's some tarot readers that I like. I don't know why I like watching tarot readings on YouTube, like general tarot readings, because it's just, I think it's just fun, and it's just something to do that isn't like sitting there and I don't know. It's usually lighter, at least the readers I watch, and it's good, and it just kind of, I use my body pendulum like, oh, is that part of it for me? Nope. Okay. Oh, was that for me? Yep. So I don't know. But anyways, there is a tarot reader, and one of the things he says pretty frequently is if you're curious, Minopon Tarot on YouTube. One of the things is like he pulls out this card. Oh my God. There's a message for you in Sword too. Archangel Michael. Okay, there you go. That's what, protected from risk. There you go. But I think he's working with you right now too, is what I'm hearing. I think you have a lot of archangelic energy around you, a lot of archangels helping you. Raphael's a big one, and Uriel too. I think Uriel, because like Uriel's about like God's light, like shining bright, like go big. Just helping to light your path forward, if that makes sense. Quick exercise for anyone feeling stuck is praying to Archangel Uriel to light the path ahead. Like, Archangel Uriel, please light my path ahead. Please shine a light on my destiny. That's what's coming through right now, I guess. So if anyone's feeling lost, that's a quick prayer you can put out to the archangels. Anyways, back to Musha Kate. But anyways, it's like the King of Wands, and then he talks about how the King of Wands has salamanders on his cloak, and how salamanders are protected from fire, or there was thought that they were in like back in the day. And then he says, you are protected from risk at this time. And so it was like a reading within a reading, because like they showed me him saying that in the reading, and then that's what came through. So sorry I don't know why I want to walk you guys through these visuals. I think it's because it's interesting and fun, and perhaps maybe you're getting things out of that as well. But I just heard yeah for most of you. Anyways, anything else for Musha Kate? I'm hearing take big steps. So I don't know what you're working on or what you want to do in life, or if you're at this precipice where you're ready to take bigger steps or try new things, but I really feel like this is about career. So if that resonates, awesome. If it doesn't, let me know if there's anything more specific you want to know. Oh, Burritosaurus, I'm so sorry I didn't get to you in time. By the way, guys, I do tend to post these on my YouTube channel, the replays for these lives. So the YouTube channel is in my bio. There's like the little icon. They're long, and unfortunately I don't have a way to like show the comments and the replays as of right now. I'm gonna figure that out. Maybe like record them on my device instead of just downloading the TikTok replay. But you can use the captions to kind of search for when I'm talking about you guys. I know these are like 3-4 hours long, which makes it difficult to really find your question and the mass of questions, which is amazing, and I am so grateful for it. At the same time, I'm going to try and find a better way to get these replays to work more for you, so you can either use them as a resource or see what I channeled through for you if you missed your answer. Okay, so let's see. Melissa Graham 1, should I try a career in law? Yes. I hear yes, but there might be better. It is worth a shot. Okay, what would be better for her? I feel like a career in law would be great for the money. Would it fulfill you? Actually, I feel like you would find some fulfillment in it because you'd be helping people. I do feel like it's worth a shot. What would be better for her? All right. I mean, I guess what I'm hearing is like give it a shot and see if anything else opens up for you. That's better suited. It might be draining work, is what I'm hearing. But if you're prepared for that, you'll make bank. They just keep saying worth a shot. So, and what I'm also hearing is it will lead you on a better path if that in particular is not right for you. If that makes sense, it opens other doors. It's a good idea to try, is what I'm getting. Has been any other careers been on her mind lately to try? Nope. It's a good choice. That's I mean, yes, overall. It's a good choice for you. Will I be able to travel more in the future? Yes. You will be able to free yourself from any constraints. COVID does end eventually, guys, is what I'm getting. So you won't be trapped in your houses for long. And I'm kind of at the point where I just look around at how people are behaving, and I don't think people care anymore. I think they're just like, whatever. But that might not be everyone. That's just what I've just noticed a lot. It's a bit lackadaisical, if that's the right word. Hope that answers that. By the way, yes, no questions are very quick for me to answer, guys. If you ever want to throw those out there, that's not imperative. It does help me to answer it quickly, though. I need to find something better to do while I'm scrolling. I don't have. I'm trying to think of stories, but when I'm in channel mode, I don't always think about the stories of the life I've lived, if that makes sense. What am I getting? Oh, we already got that one. Has it really? It has not been 5 hours. No, it has not. It's not. We started at like 8:45. Okay. Mosey Mose asked, who besides my grandma watches over me? Angels, for sure. Archangel Raphael, again, coming forward in a big way. You have Archangel Metatron, who wants to step forward. And Sandolphin. Weird message coming along with those two is as above, so below is what I just heard. That's a long story, but that's what I heard when I was saying those names. I feel free to look into Ganesha as well, Hindu god of removing obstacles. Interesting one, but I don't know if you're Christian, but there is something to say. I don't there's Ascended Masters and then there's Ascended Master Jesus, but I did hear Jesus. I don't hear Jesus for everyone, and I wouldn't consider myself Christian. I grew up Catholic. I have talked to Jesus because you can talk to your guys, you can talk to the angels, you can talk to Ganesha, you can talk to Kuan Yin, you can talk to Source, you can talk to Jesus, and but I heard Jesus. So if that resonates for you, Ascended Master Jesus. I'm hearing galactic too. I don't know if that resonates, but galactic, Lyran is what I'm hearing. And I don't get galactic for everyone either, but kind of galactics, Lyran Council. Lyra is kind of what I'm hearing. I hope that helps. I know that's a lot. That went places. That went from Jesus to the Lyran Council. That's pretty broad. So I hope that helps. Will the spiritual interference end soon? Yes. Is there spiritual interference in the first place? I get no. I'm not sure what that means. I get no. Is that even really a thing? No. There's upgrades, but there's not really interference. Try EFT tapping on because one thing they were talking about. I don't know if you're referencing something in particular or something a spiritual teacher talks about. That I'm just hearing it's not a thing. I don't know. That's what I'm hearing, but the one thing they're showing me is I was just looking into EFT tapping the other day because it's been coming through for a couple of readings, and it came through yesterday or 2 days ago for someone, and I was looking into it, and this dude talks about using EFT tapping to because there's an emotional what he calls is bzz in the energies, and they were talking about bzz for and showing me tapping for you, so maybe maybe tapping. And it could be something because the way he talks about it for this dude, and it's emofree.com is the website I'm referring to, is you have this point on the side of your hand, and you start with the targeting phrase, and you'll say something even though I'm having this experience, or I'm having this thing, I fully and completely accept myself. So for you, it might be, what would be the best phrase for you? Even though you might say, even though you're experiencing some type of interference, you fully and completely accept yourself, if that makes sense. And then you'll go through the tapping point, which is the crown. It's right here on the brow. It's here on the side of the eye. It's here under the eye, between lip and nose, under the lip, collarbone. Kind of I don't know if you can see my collarbone, but it's yeah, right around here, I want to say. You can see that. You'll feel it. You'll feel it because it's like an acupressure point, so it almost feels like a pressure point. You'll feel it when you're hitting it. And it's under the arm, like kind of like so where my nipple is, straight across to here, kind of like under the armpit. So if you ever feel called to go through that and just kind of like, it might clear out some of the stuff you're experiencing. I hope that helps, Willow Child. I don't know. I'm sorry if that just comes from a different angle than what you're used to hearing from. I just don't know. I'm just hearing the spiritual interference isn't a thing, and I hope that helps. So anyways, okay, huge beduckers. What are my life purposes, and am I an angel? What are your life purposes? Growth is a big one. Growth, expansion. So here, one thing I'm hearing for you right now is you need new energies, and this is a little bit of a side message, I think. And what does that mean? This is like anything new. Like I would just try something new, whether it's going to a new place, meeting new people, like a new meetup or group, side hustle, anything. Just try new things right now. I think that will lead to a lot of growth and expansion, and just self-learning, if that makes sense. Anything else for you on your life purpose? Growth and expansion, and what else would be a theme? I think showing people there's more to life than just the mundane is part of that, but that's natural. You don't have to force that down people's throats. I think that's just like being who you are, in like being interested in what you're interested in, and like your metaphysical studies naturally starts to show people there's more to life than just the mundane, just the physical, just the 9-to-5 office job. No matter where you end up working or what you end up doing, you know, I would look into, I don't know what you're, if you ever are in the situation where you feel like you have the money, I would look into this. This came through for a personal reading, and now it's coming through again. It's like look into getting an Akashic Records reading, but make sure you get a good reader. But that's not something I tend to gravitate towards. I feel like the frameworks I've seen don't 100%. Like it's like something that leads you in the right direction, but for me, I feel like I have different ways of getting the information and different understandings, but for you, it might be gold and bring about some answers you've been looking for, if that makes sense. And try not to, I don't know if this resonates, and I'm super not trying to call you out, but if you find yourself at any point throwing any pity parties, I would try not to. You are on the right path and the right track, and I feel like you're going to get like some form of like, see bigger recognition in your lifetime, Thomas. So I hope I don't know why that message is coming through for you right now, but maybe that's something you need to hear. But and also I don't know if this resonates, but if you feel like you need any heart healing, I would look into that. I think you are a beautiful soul. I want to hear. Oh, okay. But as far as are you an angel, I hear yes, but there's more. It's like earth angelic. I'd say there's a bit of a galactic in there too. But it's more than just human is what I want to say. So rejoice. There's more to you than meets the eye. I hope that makes sense for you. I want to give a shout out to Stephanique and Kylie Dusty for being world-class moderators is what I want to say, for really helping me out and doing that. They asked for nothing in return, and you know what? Yeah, like I always said, I kept hearing something about you guys being earth angels. Of course, there's more, because I think there's more to you guys than just that. But I wanted to do something quick. What was I getting? Kylie, you're super magical and don't know it. Stephanie, I feel like you're stepping into a new you, and I also like the one thing that kept coming through is that you're just really cool, and I don't know if you think you are or not, but I just like I think I was messaging you, and my guys are like, yeah, she's really cool. I'm like, oh sweet, Stephanie's really cool. So if you needed to hear you're really cool, oh Stephanie, make a wish, Kylie, you too, and anyone else who feels like they need to make a wish, but that's for you too right now, because this card popped up and it went to the dandelion and making a wish. So moderators get a wish is what I just heard. So that's a shout out and thank you to you today. Hope that made sense to you guys. So back to the Q&A. Dun, dun, dun. By the way, I feel called to say I love you guys right now. Everyone here right now, if you were concerned after I said Kyler is magical and you're like, am I magical? Yes, you are all magical. Everyone here right now in particular, that is not to take away from how magical Kylie is either. I don't know how to say this. Because Kylie's about to hit some new levels is what I've been hearing. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to post that. You know what? God made me this way. But you know what? I also get plenty of female attention, so I know not to be bothered by that. Anyways, I don't know why I said that out loud. It's funny. I should have blocked you. Why didn't I block you? Anyways, I had a perfect opportunity. Anyways, who's here that I can answer your question for? Kayla Goad asked, are there any messages I should receive? Let's see. Kuan Yin card. Call of the Dancing Crane. That came out earlier too. Oh, this is the one I can't show. Okay, I'm going to shuffle this deck. They're saying it's still that card, but I'm going to shuffle it anyways because I think these are still sticky. I just got this a couple days ago. What I'm hearing for you right now, Kayla Goat, is go your own road. So I think you have a unique path this lifetime. I'm hearing to go the road less traveled, and that's in many other... So here, okay, so these two cards. So everyone's clothed. 8 immortals, number 9's jumping out too. And what I heard with this card when I pulled it is you have so much going for you. I think you have a lot of, I'm hearing you have a lot of angelic support around you. I feel like if you have a lot of, you want to do this lifetime is what I'm hearing, or you will, potentially. I would do as much as you can, but take it one thing at a time, like brick by brick, potentially little by little. It's like you take a building block, something you want to do, you put it in place. You find something else, new hobby or interest, you learn it, you put it in place. If that makes sense, you're kind of building a foundation of various interests, or will be, that all play together in a certain way that allows you to build something new by combining a few of each of them, if that makes sense. I don't know if that resonates for what you've experienced this lifetime or not. There is more to this 8 Immortals card, they're saying. And this is a common message. This has been coming through for a lot, but the more you become who you are, the more you step into who you are, the better. I'm hearing like the phrase is be fearless and blossom, because my eyes went to this it's like a lotus flower that I think Kuan Yin is holding. What the words came to me as they put my eyes there is like be fearless and blossom and put your many interests to work. You're meant to do more than one thing this lifetime. If you ever felt called to freelancing in the future or are a freelancer, I wouldn't quit your day job right away if you have a day job, but consider it because they said something about freelancing. And I wouldn't jump ship at your job and just like leave right away, but that's just what I'm hearing. Hope that helps, Kayla. Anything else? Be you is really the message. So if who cares what others think? Being you is gold, and will bring a lot of gold to the earth. So there's a lot of treasure and value in you being your unique self and walking your unique path and opening the road for others to do the same, I think, if that makes sense. So I hope that helps. Guys, my phone battery is at 15%, so I will get through as many as I can. But we'll see what the heck happens here. Answer this really quickly. Positivity and peace. Will I be okay financially to quit my second job? Give it time, but yes, but give it time. But do as much self-care as you can in the meantime. You will find a way out of, they're saying that mess. I don't know if it's a mess for you right now, but you'll find a way out of that situation. I feel like there's a more financially stable option coming, but keep your eyes peeled. I don't feel like you'll miss out on it. It might be down the road. It might not be right away. I am hearing this year, but and another side message is don't be afraid to create more abundance for yourself. Is there any type of other thing you can think of that's easier than the second job? I hope that makes sense. That's a short answer to that question. I really wish TikTok put these in order from oldest to newest. Okay, so here's one that's interesting. Quick answer. Okay. So Sarah Wolf 42 says, my body pendulum is off. How can I get it working? So practice and keep showing up. This is like key because I know I work with it so often now, but I had trouble with the body pendulum it didn't click with me right away, is what I want to say. I almost gave up on it. They're saying that's not the right answer. Like, it worked a bit, and it's just like it wasn't as consistent. But as my gifts grew and as my channeling kind of sprouted more and came forth more, it became far more reliable more frequently. It was a bit of an unfolding process. It did take a while. Like, it took a couple of years before I really reliably, consistently trusted my body pendulum like I do now. Because I had to see that it worked before I would go on live in front of 100-some people consistently, plus the more people who filter in and out of here and like do this for people. It took years. It worked. It worked enough that I would like keep working on it, if that makes sense. It would have to be, at first it would be like specific important moments where I was in the zone and I was already getting some messages and it would be on point. Down the road, like a couple years in, as my channeling kept ramping up, as I was getting messages and they were more clear and it was more consistent, and I was talking to my guides all the time, and I was like just talking to conversations, and all of a sudden the message would start coming through. That's when it really opened up, where it was very consistently on point and I knew I could trust it. So keep practicing, keep setting the intentions that it works, that the universe shows you how to get it to work. This is a bit of a process sometimes, guys. So I hope that makes sense for you and helps you. For anyone else that was working on that, I know some of you will have the instant results where it's just working. Not everyone. And yes, there was so much the universe showed me where like, yes, I have gifts, and I know I have gifts, and I know I can do a lot. It still took work. So I hope that gives hope to some of you who are still working on it. All right, so what's next? Aunt Mimi, yes. Am I on the right tarot path? Hopefully you're still with us, Aunt Mimi. I hear yes, but I feel like I would try to expand it into so much more, and what would that be for you? Yes, but... Am I on the right tarot path? Yes, but expand it into more. I would try to branch into other types of readings too, if you feel so called. You probably already incorporate different oracle cards. I would try to expand your audience too, if that makes sense. I don't know if you've been doing it online. YouTube, TikTok, great ways to just start interacting with more people and getting more feedback, and building that sense of community even around what you're doing. But what's the yes buts? If you feel called to energy healing too, I would do that. I do feel like you're a healer. I feel like you're meant to do more than just readings, is what I'm getting. So keep doing what you're doing. Yes, you're on the right track, but feel free to incorporate more into your practices and what you're guiding people through, if that makes sense. Because you're doing more than just providing people guidance. You're helping them heal. And I think the more you bring that in, the better, where it's like healing tarot readings. You're not the first person I've talked to where that's come through. But I do feel like it's a bit different for you than the person I'm thinking about, that I've done a couple readings for, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense, Aunt Mimi. Hope that helps. Hope you are still around, because you asked that, it says 4 or 5 hours ago. So, oh my gosh. This Q&A is booming, guys. I really appreciate your patience and you hanging out with me. This is such a blessing and a joy for me to get to do this. And I get so on the zone that I forget that, because I came into this and I was like, oh my gosh, I only slept like 2 hours, and I forgot that I'm sleep deprived. So that's how much I enjoy doing this. So I hope you are enjoying this live at least as much, and if not more. I appreciate you guys being here, and I love that I get the chance to do this for you guys, and I always hope and ask that the highest and best comes about for it for all involved. Texas Jess, I'm so sorry. I hope you're still around. Am I going to be moving soon? Body Pendulum goes no, yes. So what does that mean? I think yes, but it actually might take a while, a little bit longer than you're hoping. Thank you, Vicky Nay, for the gift. Vicky Nay. Sorry if I didn't pronounce your name right. Thank you, Yayas. Yayas R14. I always enjoy your readings. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Am I going to be moving soon? Yes. Give it a second. Be a little patient. I feel like it's sooner than I'm letting on. Like what I'm saying, like it's not forever down the road, is it? Is it a long while back? No. I think it's sooner rather than later, but it might be a bit of patience, a bit of caution, just to make sure you get the right place and area for you, if that makes sense. I think you're on the right track, though. You should move. Hope that makes sense. My guides are talking about... So I'm running low on battery percentage. My guides are talking about me ending the live soon, guys. I'm so sorry. There's literally just a huge inundation of questions, and I literally cannot get to them all unless they were all yes/no questions, and I was taking like a few seconds with each of them. Okay, Radriana, is my friend Erica who passed happy and okay? Yes. Weird message. I don't normally get this message from people who pass on, but she's saying she misses you guys. She's sending you all lots of love. Like, I don't know if there's a friend circle or something along those lines, but she has passed on. She's well. She's happy. Things are well on the other side. And I really hope this does not come across as morbid, because when I was earlier on in my journey, and the things you guys will realize if you go down these routes and you expand spiritually intuitively, you'll say a lot of things early on in your journey where like that was very, very on point, and I knew so much more than I was like realized I did. But I remember one thing I did. I was talking to a friend, and we were talking about the concept of death, and I remember feeling into it, and I was like, on a human level, and perhaps like on the level of the body, death feels kind of cold and perhaps like peaceful, but like it was like a cold feeling. But to the soul, death felt warm and inviting. And this doesn't mean die. This doesn't mean pass on soon, guys. It just means there's less to fear about death than we need to fear, if that makes sense. And so what she was saying was something about like, I can't wait to show you around on the other side. But in general, all is well. And I wanted to give that preface because it's like whenever I feel into like what is home, and I have a whole story about when my guides showing me home, if that makes sense, like, which is kind of like when you die. Very interesting experience, and maybe I'll delve into it really quickly, but I know there's a lot of questions to get to. But essentially, I just want to take away from any perceived morbidity of that sentence or what I said, because you're not going to die soon, is what I'm saying. It's just like when the time comes, way down the line, when you cross over, she's like, I can't wait to show you around up here. That's all. That I'm trying to say. Weird message, but another thing is like souls do operate outside of time, is my understanding, and you might actually meet like a reincarnation of her this lifetime down the road, maybe not right away, but if you ever meet someone and you're like, wait, and they'll probably be younger, that I don't know. I hope that makes any sense to you. That's something that makes sense. You're so welcome, Rodriana. You're so welcome. All is well. Just to reiterate that sentence, all is well. Okay, a few more. My guys are like, you need to get to bed, dude. I'm like, I know. But, okay, guys, clicked on that one. Mid-megs, mostly what should I be doing with my life? All right, so first answer to this is go deep within and meditate. I know, I'm sorry if I'm feeling your reaction appropriately. I do feel like all will be revealed soon. There's nothing in particular you need to be doing right now, except for any type of inner work or inner healing you feel like you need to do. I don't feel like there's a ton of inner healing. I feel like you're mostly okay, which is good. But what else? And correct me if I'm wrong. Obviously, if you feel like you do the inner healing and work, but so this doesn't come through for everyone. But consider getting. Do you light candles or do any type of like setting intentions with candle? Or I know there's a bit of a stigma or connotation around spell work with candles. Just set your intentions. It's all of the highest light and for the highest good, and don't listen to any fear mongering excuse me, around that topic. But even if it's just like, okay, I'm just gonna light, even if you just light like candles and light candles, like, okay, I'm just gonna light like buy a guardian angel candle from the grocery store. They're like $2, and you're like, all right, I'm just gonna ask my guardian angel of the highest light, please be around me, and I'm gonna light this candle. But lighting a candle with intention of unveiling what would be best for you to do next as a prayer to the universe to show you the route forward, which I'm also hearing there is no one way for you right now. So anything you feel called to do, anything you're interested in, anything that piques your interest, so you want to delve further into, could be a hobby, it could be, gosh, I know learning Reiki comes through so much, guys, but if you want to do that, do it. If it piques your interest, I would learn it and look into it, because like, I want to tell you guys something. For the longest time, for years, I knew what I wanted to do. I knew what I wanted to be doing, and it's okay if you don't, but I had this interest, and it was spirituality. It was talking to my guides. It was just energy and energy work. I loved it so much. And this was 2017. We're going back to the kind of more conscious awakening. And you know what? I got a job at a metaphysical shop, and unfortunately it wasn't the right job for me. I loved being around the crystals and being able to help people through that job to one degree or another, but it wasn't the right job or fit for me for other reasons, and I won't go into it. But then I moved to started dating a friend who in North Carolina, moved there, and I was working at a grocery store. And you know, it's like I still had other things I wanted to do. I wanted to channel, but it took all these years of me getting good at channeling. And like, there's things I tried that didn't work. There's different businesses I tried to build that didn't work. I moved to Colorado at 19 to join a rock band. It didn't necessarily pan out where I got big and famous and made all my money through music. But the one thing that I did is I kept working on my channeling and talking to my guides, because I just loved that so much. And with energy work and working with these things just throughout my day-to-day life. And it got to a point after a few years, and it did take years, where it's like it got to the point where I can do this now, and I can channel for you guys, and I can do the readings, and it does help people. And I haven't been doing as much energy work lately. I think that'll change, I'm hearing now. But it's like, even just finding that one thing that you love, even if it's a hobby, even if it's streaming World of Warcraft on freaking, what's that streaming site that people stream video games on? I can't even remember, because I'm kind of in intuitive channeling mode right now, and I don't always remember things when I'm in that mode. Twitch TV. If you get really good at the things you love, like one thing, and just really go for it. That can lead to something, and it might not be like immediately, and it might not be the first business you start works out or the first project, but even finding something on the side that helps people, even if it's just volunteering somewhere, that's something. And you meet new people, and if it's not right, you won't do it. But I hope that even helps, Minbags. I know I just went on a huge tangent but finding that one thing you love or gravitate towards or that speaks to you, even if it's not right away, can just lead you to the thing you're supposed to be doing in a roundabout way. Because like I got into music and I did the Rock Band thing, but that didn't work out. But lo and behold, someone shows up in a grocery store one day and gives me her book about spirituality, and it catapults me into this whole new paradigm and direction. And the universe put all these little like little hints and little like nudges to prepare me for that moment, to catapult me in that new direction. So I do feel like you're being set up for the new directions to come. That might be in years, but in the meantime, gravitate towards your interests and really go for what you want to do. If there's anything, even if it seems, even if it's makeup, even if it's, I feel like you have plenty that you're interested in. So pick one thing and go is what I would do. I do feel like helping people is something that's important for you. I do feel like you do have a bit of a lean towards healing, but I think teaching as well is something that's big for you, like teaching the masses. So pick a hobby or interest. I hope that helps, Midbags. I know I just went on a huge long tangent, and hopefully that helped someone else too. I hope that helps. Hazel and Juju. Hi, Brandon. Great to see you again. Hi, great to see you too. I know I don't see a lot of the chat right now because there's a big Q&A in my face most of the time. So I'm so sorry I don't see the chats, and I hope that this is still good for you guys. It doesn't seem like, it seems like a good number of you are sticking around, so you guys are getting something out of it, and I'm really grateful that you guys are enjoying it, and I'm hoping these answers are resonating for you, because I don't get to see the feedback as much these past two lives. I'm channeling and just trusting. Deja, I hope you're still around. Because I know Deja asked a question I just had a bird fly over my car and I heard the word joy. So I'm joy imminent. That's for Deja. Deja, I don't know if you're still here, but I'm also hearing from many of you as well. There's a bit of a rise of joy. That's June, I'm hearing. But for Deja, if you're here, joy imminent. Thank you for the fire, Courtney Slates. Joy imminent. And like, fly free. Don't let the past weigh you down. You're meant for so much more than what I just heard is garbage relationships. I know you were talking about a relationship like one of the past two lives you were here, but that's still what's coming through. That's what they're saying. I'd really take time to figure out who you are right now. I'd really take time to explore that and meet new people, make new friends even, and don't be afraid to do what you love, even if others look down on it, is what I'm hearing. There's more for you in what you love than anything else, is what I'm hearing. That doesn't mean you need to get a day job at certain points, but that's not the gist of the message. The gist of the message is to be true to who you are, stick with what you love, and I feel like you know what you want to do for a career potentially, or you're close to knowing. So go with your gut on that. And these birds are just flying by the car for this one in particular. So that's a big sign for you. And pay attention to the burbs. And I always think it's funny to say burb with a B at the end instead of a D. And there's like this Twitter account called Burbs Rights Activist, and I don't know why it cracks me up so much, but like I just say things like burb and breb, and I used to work at a bakery at the grocery store I was just talking about in one of these, and I'd call it breb instead of bread, and like slowly people started calling it breb as a joke, and then like the whole certain point, like half the bakery was calling things breb and like burb, and it was great. I hope that helps, Deja. Sorry to go on a tangent about burbs and breb. You say burb too? Yes. Space Face, we love selling it. Yes. You guys are people I like to interact with. I was burb brain, burb. Gosh, I'm gonna just stutter over burb for the next 5 minutes. You can make like a techno song or like a rap, and it's just burb. I feel like you can do a lot with that. Someone made the burb song. Laura Trejo 79. Third eye throbs at random. What do I do with that? I'd work on opening your third eye and intuition. I do hear upgrades, but I also think it's just like try not to resist any intuitive messages you're getting or from seeing things clearly. Do you? I don't feel like you do. I feel like you're supposed to do things with your intuition, and it's time, and the universe is telling you it's like knock knock. It's like Archangel Raphael on your third eye, Archangel Michael trying to whisper in your ear. It's a lot of awakening and a lot of energy. I feel like you're very intuitive, and that's trying to awaken more. So that's what I get for you. Oh, Deja, you are here. I'm glad Joy's coming, and I want to model and such. So do it, Deja. Do model? Yes. It may or may not be on the side for a while, but it's worth it. Again, like if you want to do it, go for it. That's what came through already. So, I feel like you have a lot to say too, Deja, while we're on the topic. I don't know why it feels important to say this. Because it's not just about looks. It's about what you have to say. I feel like you're wise, but you're still unlocking that. And that's in the months and years to come where you're like, wait a second. I feel like there's like a sage. I'm not huge. I don't delve into archetypes much. And maybe I should. Maybe that would help me give more of a framework for some of these readings for you guys. And my guys are like, no, just do what you're doing. So, okay. But there was this Lee Harris, going back to this channel, Lee Harris. There's one, I think it was a rebirth. He does these like things at the beginning of each year, and it's rebirth, something. It's an online course, and it's great and stuff. But it's just a great way to start the year for me, and I'm frequently guided to do it. That's why I do it. I'm not trying to rope you guys into it. And no affiliation. But he talks about don't know how to go about modeling, but I'm trying. Yeah, research it. If there's any other models you know that would be kind and willing to help you out, I would reach out to them too. It can be a tough industry, but I think you can do it. You just have to try it, and there might be a niche for you, but don't worry too much about that. Like there's even things like hand modeling. I worked with a girl who was a model, and she talked about her stint as a hand model. I'm like, is that what? But I guess that's a thing. So people need nice hands to hold things in commercials and to open doors in movies, I guess. So anyways, oh my gosh, I'm getting sort of sidetracked here. Can you tell I'm getting a little loopy towards, it's been like so many hours and like I'm a little sleep deprived. Anyways, getting back to the point of the message for you, Deja. And I think this was for more than just Deja, wasn't it? I forgot what I was saying, and it'll come back to me. Okay, I'm sorry. I got lost, and I forgot what I was saying. So, I'm so sorry. I hope you got what you needed from that, guys. I'm gonna move on. And if it hits me randomly, I'll just start talking. I'll just say it. Okay, let me go to the bottom. So, and yes, I am scroll. Okay, here we go. Tia, I'm sorry for the wait here. If you've been waiting for a while, if you're still hanging out with us. Tia 1207 asks, how will my mom and I pay for my schooling? I would do financial aid if you can. You might have to do grants and loans. I know it's a pain in the butt. I wish I had an exciting answer for you, but you might have to hustle for it. Have you? I don't know how old you are. I'm guessing this is about. Is this about college? I don't know. Yeah. hustle hard. I was hearing something about hustling, Domsy. Have you considered community college? I know that's not the answer you want to hear. I feel like you might have to hustle. Oh man, I wish I had a better answer for you. I would pray for divine guidance. I would pray for the supports. I feel like what I'm hearing is there's always a way to make it work. I feel like you are meant to go to school. You might have to take out a loan. You might have to do the financial aid thing and go through the paperwork. I would make sure the career path is right for you. I feel like that's easy peasy. I feel like you kind of know what you want to do, much like I was talking about with Deja. But anything else for Tia? Oh, and try to graduate young. If there's a way to like double up on your classes and get it done quickly and do the summer schooling, I don't know if that counts or if that cheapens the cost. I haven't looked into the school system in like 10 years. Well, I guess it's been like 4 or 5. So low batteries. Anything else? I feel like side hustles are gold, and anything that's easy, that makes money, that fits within your comfort level. Like, don't do anything super unethical. Like, I never condone selling anything illegal or anything like that. But in your comfort level, that's easy for you to make money with. Look into that. It could be flipping things a lot. There's a dude who talks about flipping stuff to make money all the time, like Gary Vee. I know that can turn into a full-time job really quickly, but if there's any other family members you can ask for help with, or any other places you can look outside of even the typical financial system, I would look for that. But don't get roped into anything you're not ready to pay for. I hope that helps. I know that's the boringest answer ever. Okay. Joe J. Will. Yeah, I know. Sorry if it's your third time asking. There's a huge inundation of questions. It's very difficult for me to get to all of them, but I'll get to yours because it's right here. What is my block? What is my next step? What is the block? Weird answer. Well, first thing I heard is sit pretty. So is that the next step or is that the block? So weird answer. The first thing I heard was sit pretty. So let's see what's more. What they're saying block-wise, I would open your intuition more. I think that will help you get clarity in your own life, in your circumstances, and the people around you. Multiple ways to do this, whether that's through energy work, whether that's through guided meditations, working with crystals. The more you open up your own intuition, the better. Any tool you feel called towards, pulling cards, Reiki is great for opening up intuition. I always recommend that if people are comfortable with energy work and feel called towards that. Next step would be, in a way, overcoming the block is part of the next step, but call upon Ganesha to, as far as life blocks, don't let people hold you back, is what I'm hearing. Like opinions, the words out of their mouths. Don't let it hold you back from anything you really want to do, if that makes sense, even if that's friends or friend group. Next steps, sit pretty. But is there anything else that would help them as far as next steps? Honestly, I would go metaphysical. I would go more metaphysical, if that makes sense. I would look into any tools, weird message, any tools in/from the etheric that will help you move forward in higher and better ways, and entrain to higher frequencies. I feel like you kind of do, if you do some of that work, perfect, keep that up. I think there's even more for you to uncover with that. I feel like guided meditations could be a key to helping to unlock even more of your next steps, if that makes sense, because I just think there's a lot of healing that can come about from those kind of journeys, if that makes sense. I would look into Lee Harris. He does have good guided meditations. And a lot of the channeled meditations, there's a bit of an energy work factor to them, where you're not just hearing the words, you're getting an energetic transmission that can help to unblock things. So I would maybe just look onto some of his stuff on YouTube, see if you resonate with him, see if there's anything there for you. I'm not, no affiliation, that's just what I heard. Anything more specific for you? on how to unblock. I do hear research for you. I'm kind of seeing you're researching. So any interests, hobbies, career work. I think research will help you bring, oh, this is so, I feel like I say things very obviously, but it's what they're saying is like research will bring you more information that will help you move forward in a better way. There's a wasp outside if that's a message for you out of my window. I hope that helps or resonates. I think going metaphysical, opening and expanding your intuition, pulling some cards for yourself, and even watching tarot readers on YouTube could help bring more guidance for you. And what they're saying is a kind of a final note is don't feel stuck because you're like a switch away from moving forward. And I think that's an internal switch. There's a bit of an external factor, but I don't think that'll hinder you much further as you realize you've got what you need to move forward. Does that make sense? I hope that registers and makes sense for your situation and resonates. Guys, so I'm at 4% battery health on my phone. I'm going to try and answer one more. I can barely read my phone because the backlight goes off at 5%, and so I just have to like kind of squint, and you guys have to look at my face really close up to the phone. Okay, I've answered a lot of these. Astro Cutie. I hope you're still here, Astro Cutie. Anything I need to hear for this week? They're like, no. Not in particular, but what's up for the next week for Astro Cutie? I would work diligently. They're saying something about doing your homework. I don't know. Are you in school? Are you in work? Probably work, but something about extra study. But work diligently. Make sure you're getting enough rest and taking care of yourself. Any surprises coming up for you this week? A couple, but I think there's small things. I think it's just like a friend might reach out and surprise you with something. Here's something about your dad. I don't know what's up with your dad, but they did just start singing the "For He's a Jolly Good Fellow" song, so I don't know what that's about. If that resonates, I hope it does. Anything else? You're on the right path, but you have to hold faith, is what I'm hearing. So, Ruda says, thank you, moderators. Love for you. Yes, I'm glad the moderators are getting some love. Because, yeah, for real. It's been hours. It's been hours, and they've been moderating and doing moderator things, and I hope you guys have been having fun in the chat. Whoever just asked if their third eye is ready to be opened, yes, always. Take it slow, though. Get a Reiki session is what I heard, and ask them for advice. Short answer. I'd do more, but I'm in the middle of this for Astro Cutie. Astro Cutie, do you do tarot? I forgot if I talked to you. I know I've talked to you. Good to see ya. It might be, I'm hearing tarot specifically. I know tarot has like a bit of a learning curve to it where you have to learn the meaning of the cards, but like watching tarot videos can help you learn that pretty quickly. Like watching your sun sign, like there's a lot of tarot readers on YouTube. I always recommend, you might like D from Consciousness Evolution Journey or Chris Reck from Minopon Tarot, or two that, I mean, the readings are good. I don't always see, I have my own guides and understanding, so I don't always listen to people when they say like, this is how the universe works. I'm like, meh. Or they'll be like, you have this energetic imbalance. I get, no, I don't. Like my body pendulum says, no, I'm an energy worker. I've been doing this for years and I'm not imbalanced there. Like that chakra doesn't have that issue, but it's like, they just have a different understanding of things. That's the only thing to watch out for, is making sure you stay true to what's true for you, if that makes sense, in your own knowing and understanding. But the readings themselves tend to be pretty good. Is what I would say, if that makes sense, as far as like, this happened and here's what's coming up for you in some way, shape, or form. That tends to be pretty spot on. So sorry, I had to put that out there because that's my own pet peeve, I guess, about general readings, is when people try to tell me how things work and I get, no, that's not how that works. But that doesn't mean they're bad readers. They're good readers. Quick answer, Y1NB, will there be any hardships coming for me? Not terrible. Not in the near future. I would stay the course. I feel like you'll know if there's anything bad coming, is what I'm hearing, but I hear stay the course, there's nothing terrible coming. Quick answer. So, Astro Cutie, I hope that helps for the week ahead. No big surprises. Work diligently. Try to cultivate inner calm and peace, or you will have inner calm and peace, is what I'm hearing about certain situations, like towards the end of the week, per chance. That's what I'm hearing. Give or take a few days on that. I feel like you're going to have further calm and peace in the weeks ahead, and it might... That doesn't have to show up any one particular way. You might just wake up one day and be like, you know, I do feel peaceful today. Thanks, dude on TikTok. But I hope that resonates for you. Okay, guys, so I'm going to do one more. I'm so sorry to the recent questions. I do go live. I'm going to do 9 a.m. next Sunday. Central time, Chicago time. Fun fact, I'm around Chicago. So Chicago time, 9 a.m. You can look up a clock. I am going to be doing that. I try to do this every Sunday. I've been toying with the idea of doing a second live like halfway through the week, but it's all general readings, so everyone gets something from it, and it's a bit shorter. You can let me know what you think. I can't even read the chat because my phone is dying, but I might just answer one more question and talk to you guys in the chat for a little bit, and then my guys are like, no, keep doing readings. Okay, that's what you guys are here for. So, okay, I'm so sorry. Wanderlust, let's go. Is this the same as the other Wanderlust who just asked me a question? There's so many Wanderlusts. When will my health issue resolve? I don't know what the health issue is, but let me sit with that. Let me see what I'm getting. Will be soon. I don't think it'll be very soon. It'll be a bit of a gradual process. I don't know what your health issue is, but I'm hearing something about the more... Okay, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor, or I'm not really legally certified to be a medical professional, and I'm also not a replacement for any other common medical practitioners you're seeing. Anyways, I need to... Yeah, so I hear down the road, anything you can do, what I'm hearing, and trust yourself and your gut on this too, and what your body is telling you, is gentle movement will be helpful for you, like very gentle, just like whether it's yoga or stretching, just things to get things flowing a little bit. It might take a while. I think it's sooner than you think potentially, but you know what? It's not right away is what I'm getting. That's what I want to say. I wish I knew what the health issue was, but I'm getting it to at least months potentially. If it's anything serious, I don't feel like it's at the end of the world necessarily, but you'll be okay. Will it ever resolve? Yes. Yes, overall. You'll at least find a way where it's not hindering you a ton, if that makes sense, completely. You'll be able to live your life with joy, I feel. You will be able to live a good life overall. But stick with it. Stick with the healing journey. I feel like you do have what it takes to heal it, but patience is definitely a virtue on that one. Gentle movements, I'm hearing again, can be helpful. If that resonates, I hope that makes sense. Wanderlust, let's go. I hope that helps. Wait. My throat and esophagus issue since December 2020. Oh, yeah. I'm here. I do hear months to a year, but be gentle with it. I don't know why gentle body movements has anything to do with that. I do feel like it applies. That might just be for overall health. I'm hearing months to a year, but it will get better. Patience. I don't know what the issues are, but oof, yeah, I'm feeling that. Okay. I guess I was feeling it. Anything else for you? Yeah, definitely keep seeking the advice of professionals if you haven't. I don't know why they're saying gentle body movements helps loosen things up, but I'm so sorry. They just keep harping on it. And even though you said throat, esophagus, I guess it is all interconnected, but what would help you most? I would keep seeing the doctors if you have been. I'm so sorry if it didn't, I mean, it did, and it didn't answer your question, I feel. I wish I had more solutions for you, but so this Vicky, what do you want me to know? Okay, sorry, they want me to do it from the Q&A, guys. I'm gonna do one more. I'm so sorry if I didn't get to you guys. So 9 a.m. Central Time, Chicago time. I guess it's CDT would be the acronyms, but it's CST when it's not Daylight Savings Time. I just learned because my scheduler is in Central Time and the rest of the world is not in Central Time. So that's been interesting. Who should I do? I'm going to go to the top. I'm going to hit the Q&A. I'm going to do one more. Which one? Sorry guys, got 2% battery. Okay. Blossoming Creative. Should I drop out of art school or take a break? I'm so sorry if I didn't get to you guys. Should I drop out of art school or take a break? I mean, how's good for you to drop out of art school? I mean, how's good for you to take a break? I would definitely take a break. I wouldn't drop out yet. If you take a break and you're like, I can't go back, then yeah. But I wouldn't drop out right away. I think feel free to change careers. I feel like there's a lot for you in art, though. I would not stop doing arts unless you've grown to hate it, which I don't think you have not. I don't think you have grown to hate it, I want to say. It might be a tough course. I would take a break. I'd rekindle the fire, if that makes sense. I want to answer some... Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm so sorry I can't get to everyone. I'm so grateful my lives have been blowing up so much. Will you get a job soon? Yeah, but there's like I would be patient. Keep searching and keep doing the job hunt. It might be sooner, but I'm hearing something about a month or two. Potentially sooner, but definitely keep hunting. It will happen. Thank you. Should you pursue medicine? Aditi.med, should I pursue medicine? Yeah, I think yes, but it might take a veer at a certain point where you get either, I don't know if blown off course is the right word, or it'll take you in a different direction than you expected. Where you're treating things you didn't think you could treat, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes any sense, but it's gonna you're gonna get pulled in a specific direction, if that makes sense. So I wouldn't get attached to a specific outcome is what I'm getting. Guys, I'm so sorry. I need to end the live. I'm so sorry if I didn't get to you. I'm so sorry, Polly. They're saying to stay away from the Ouija board for now, at least. I don't think there's anything to be afraid of, but I would stick to something else. That's what they're saying. I'm sorry to say that. Not that I'm afraid of it, but that's just what they're saying. Yeah, you guys are so welcome. Should you pursue music? Yeah, on the side. Sorry. Cool. All right, guys, I've got to get going. My battery's at 1%. I'm so grateful for all of you who tuned in. I'm sorry I can't read these very well, or otherwise I would 100% try to dive into some yes and no's. But I'm gonna try and figure out a way to do the lives where I can get more questions more quickly. I'll see what comes to me as I say with that. I might try to do a live in the middle of the week where I do general. Let me know your feedback. You might have to DM me because I unfortunately can't answer everyone's questions in the DMs if you DM me. because I do a lot of personal readings. I do a lot of other work too. I have a lot on my schedule, so but I do try to at least respond and talk to you guys. So thanks so much for tuning in. I will see you next week on Sunday. Stephanie and Kylie, thank you so much to the Earth Angels of the chats. I appreciate you guys so much, and I just saw so many people giving you some love in the comments too, and saw that some conversations happening. I didn't see a lot, just like snippets, so that was really cool to see. So I love you guys. I appreciate you. I look forward to talking to you in the future. Don't be afraid to reach out with any feedback, or I know I can't get to everyone and answer everyone's questions in my DMs if that starts happening, so I can't do readings that way, unfortunately. But I look forward to seeing you guys next time and seeing you in the comments and my videos and all that stuff. So much love to you and so many blessings and so much thanks for taking time to hang out. You guys are rock, and I love chatting with you, and I'll see you next time.